Morning. That's okay. Yeah, we're catching up. When was this? Yesterday? I think I fell asleep or I was on the... I saw VCT go live, but I was just out of it. I fell asleep on call with a friend. Get a fresh drink. And then we'll start the shiz. We have 100 Thieves versus EG, which I'm excited to watch 100 Thieves. And one of my teams I'm rooting for, Envy. Their team looks fucking insane. Anything to discuss? Let me get my pen out. I think yesterday after I stopped, I went on Valorant. I was testing out putting settings, and I found like the forbidden resolution. That's all I'll say. It looked completely ass. It really didn't hit anything. Alright, I think I'm ready to watch. Pizza in an hour. Gonna be ordering it because there's nothing open and I have no food. So let's speed ahead to drafting. I want to see them walk out.
They're agreeing on stuff.
I don't care about this. What is the coach doing here?
Calm on the flank.
Played EG to them at ESK. Gonna take way to
Noise.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, geniuses!
I think EG will struggle. I think they'll be like last. If not Sentinels.
Evil Geniuses
Sentinels might
lineup,
be
they
last.
were on the
like
receiving end of a loss that eliminated them in kickoff, but we were impressed with the small bits that we saw. The question is, the time that they've had here to put it together, Athena, is it enough? Is it going to take this team to the next level? Because we heard Coach Powder said she has the weapons now in her lineup, according to her.
Yeah, fragging power on this team, no doubt, but they really need to take it down to another level because, again, like they said in that video,
No
they
one's
have
buying
not
that much.
defeated 100 Thieves in quite some time, only taking one map off of them ever.
Oh,
Taking
shiz,
one
it's
map
Haven.
off of them
And I missed
in
the
the past
draft.
9 BO3s, which is insane. But can they bring it back to that time where they can be world champions?
Unless it's a warm-up.
And on the other side, let's hear for their opponents, it's 100 Thieves!
100 Thieves also following
Let's
a very
go bang.
similar trajectory from kickoff as well. A team that we were very impressed with, but they made a deep run. They were playing really well, Emily, and it felt like this team was actually owning in those moments where it was necessary. But, and here's a big but. Now we come into this one, Mimi.
Yeah.
Now we come into this one, and a lot of people know what 100 Thieves are capable of. Do they still have that element of surprise to be able to bring in all these unique compositions that could maybe throw their opponents off?
I think the meta has come to 100 Thieves. They were, in my opinion, the most creative team of kickoff, and I'm extending that to other regions as well. They're Reed playing into the double Senti when no one else was. It's very interesting, and they found a ton of success leaning into that veto early. Now, some of the agents they were avoiding the Yori,
They have the cool
biggest
monster stance,
perpetrator, nerfed out of the meta, and
They
their
do.
opportunity
Five,
to show us their hand again.
One, two, three,
Looking at the maps, there's some new stuff
Even
in
Breeze
the pool.
split.
Despite the history, EG's not getting their fracture today.
Yeah, I think this Haven pick makes sense, though, because the last time we saw these two teams face off, the only reason why EG lost this map was because their defensive side was almost atrocious. They only won 2 rounds. Now, if they fix it wasn't. I didn't want to be rude.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You know, if they fixed a lot of those issues with their defense, a lot of the spacing issues that was happening, the rotations where they were over-rotating and constantly getting caught off guard, I think this could be a really positive map for them.
Yeah, and then moving forward,
Thieves.
and next match, we have Breeze.
Let's get it,
we
guys.
haven't seen a Breeze out of EG, but one thing that we do know is Digison and his op. That is going to be a playground for
steal
him.
this
And the
map.
last time we saw 100 Thieves,
We're gonna
they
steal this
won,
map.
but it was against Loud, who did not look good on the map at all. Like, they were not prepared for it.
But you have Cryo in his off, too.
You do have Cryo, but are they going to put him on the jet or are they going to keep him on the chamber?
I think either way. On chamber
Put him
or
on the
veto,
jet.
and it lets him do it anyway. I really liked seeing him on that Sentinel
I think I
roster
saw Omen
kickoff.
for a second. Yeah.
I'm excited to see what DGZ is up to. I actually really liked his neon
Wow,
throughout the
that
kickoff.
dude's
They
keyboard
played it on
is
the Haven, I
tilted.
think maybe one other map, and I thought it was pretty solid role for him. If that's something he's continued to work on and refine, I think he's going to be the man if they're playing more solo duelists with that Neon to really push them ahead.
I mean, he also has experience doing that. If you look back at his 2-2 journey after the stint that he had on Loud, he was playing a lot of duelists, including Neon, and he was looking really good on it.
Well, we're going to see what we get here with the agents in a moment. And ask and you shall receive. The Digits in Neon is locked in.
And I'm pretty sure this is just the same comp they were playing in kickoff. It's pretty standard on this map. DG's Neon, obviously very impressive previous when they played this. I want to see a little difference in the attack side, though. This is where I really felt like it was highlighted in being too slow and getting caught off by those Euro rotates when they did play this map. But under Thieves, we don't expect it to play that well because of the nerfs, but they pick up the next best thing, Marta.
Phoenix!
And a
Let's see it, let's see it, let's see it.
Curious how is the Phoenix going to act as a pseudo Euro, so to speak?
I mean, it's going to fill the Flash Initiator slot, basically.
And they had the quick rotations coming in with the Neon Sprint. So it's kind of a good replacement for the previous Euro comps that we've seen in the past.
Yeah,
very fascinating.
I think the Flashes are really good. This is a great map to be able to farm the orbs. There's creative conditioning you can do on attack, too, with the wall into Garage early on. I think he's good on this map. This is a sick comp to get this rolling.
This is going to be an exciting matchup. Let's get this first pistol round of the day started and send it over to your casters. Here's Rivington and Van Silly.
Another day of VCT Americas and another day of Stage 1 to see how these teams are getting ready and starting into the season. Yesterday was a good day of games. We had some good day of games. We had some 2-0s, and now can we get our first 3-set coming out of this? Can EG find the win that they've been looking for so much? Over 100 Thieves. And have they got all of the situations corrected that they wanted to out of kickoff?
Hopefully it's the case that we're going to get a 3-mapper, but the last time these two teams faced off against each other was the lower round 3, where 100 Thieves actually eliminated EG's chances to go to Mappers Santiago, and it was also a map at least that was a brawl. It went back and forth, a 13-11 on this very map of Haven. It went into overtime on the second time. But what was interesting too is the look of how the identity of these two teams were based around the star players of Cryo on the op, then Timotino as the tip of the spear. And on the other side, it'll be the same thing here. You have Digizine, and then also going on the other side of him opping against everybody else, and then sometimes having that support from a double duelist with Okeanos.
Yeah, if we don't get the scopes in the first map, they're coming out on Breeze, right? It is going to be a battle back and forth for Digi and Cryo most likely there. We'll see whose hands it goes into as well. We saw it getting traded around as they had different ideas going throughout the games, but yeah, seeing Evil Geniuses and how much they say they learned and they grew exponentially in kickoff here to figure out what the roles really were going to be. It was always there that Khan would get in the IGL, make him feel comfortable with the team around him, and then make sure that they can facilitate Digizine here.
100%, and I think listening to the interviews from Okeanos, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt when he's mentioned that EG were one of the teams that exponentially evolved the most during kickoff, because they didn't play the toughest of teams, at least in the region for kickoff in that scenario. You're looking at a Loud that was looking for a rebuild towards the end. You saw that. They lost against Envy. At least the positive thing out of it was that they were able to find a revenge game and a revenge match against Envy and eliminate that team. At the same time, then, that's an opportunity to show that EG has what it takes to learn from their mistakes and fight and get revenge games, which is super important for somebody like Digizine, who is yet to beat Cryocells in these head-to-head matches. So this is going to mean a lot, not only for the first point for EG for Stage 1, but also a lot of confidence building for this roster to face against such a strong team as 100 Thieves for now.
All right, we are going to get a quick monitor switch out on stage since those are
fudging
important for the
knew
players
it.
to
I
be able
was
to
like,
see the action. So thank you for bearing with us.
God, it's not live. The fuck are they talking about here? God, I didn't watch it live.
His switched out. Wheels on him.
So it's important though to needs, because really what it means to even G, everything's or the EG and how they first met. They're not locked in.
It's not good.
Obviously not. Even the right back.
They've done a great job.
Yeah.
With not there was a lot of great takeaways from those games. To me, especially, was the biggest takeaway was playing around Anti. It's something that doesn't really happen in Tier 2 because people don't have great coaching staff. So when you get to Tier 1, it's very different. So, like, especially NRG, because they have a very anti type of play style. So
Let's do it. Rivington Vansili, save us,
The
please.
delays would kill me, man.
Straya are about even.
And I'm super down to watch the Thieves on the attack right now, and Cryo in this role of the Cypher. I think what changed as well that was very difficult for 100 Thieves to really get some good early round conditioning for against EG was the fact that he was playing on Vito, so he plays a chokehold, you can't really lurk and take mid controls, you're kind of with the team to play the chokehold. Maybe now he has more capabilities to do that as EG doing a default wall that they've done non-stop actually the last time. This was like basically the only wall that they've used on the defensive side, just trying to move players around the wall more instead of playing like behind the push down towards middle or something like that. So there's definitely going to be some good looks from these two teams of how they've learned when they play, of what they've learned when they play against each other the last time.
Fans.
What's the next topic we want to talk about here?
Another
for
one?
sure, but jokes aside, there's definitely going to be some new things of how you're building up on what was built the last time. When you faced off against each other here on Haven.
And we will alert you to what this gear pause is as soon as possible. I was about to say the default strat isn't even like default anymore. It's just go A and make sure you can see somebody in lobby.
Oh my gosh.
Start conditioning that. We do a PC issue that we will get sorted out.
So right now, step one is seeing somebody on your monitor. And then we could go into the first step of defaulting here for a team for sure.
That's true.
But yeah, a little bit of a PC swap that we have to do now for one of the players, unfortunately. But at least you can see it's not with DJZ, as Golden Boy mentioned before. It's the tech gremlins. When it's one PC, they all ran into the other one. We're on this map. It was a dominant series for both teams on the attack side.
Two before the game
and then he went into a 11-13 final score for 100 Thieves.
Oh my gosh.
And again, looking into this map,
An
there
hour
has
sitting
been some
there, I'll never be
compositional
a pro
changes
player.
only on the side of 100 Thieves as they start off on the attack, trying to leverage this Phoenix Flash and the aggression of the Phoenix Flashes to fight here this Viper wall control from EG.
Walls are down, we are in, and the same play looks to occur as Austin. It takes a bit of chip damage. Calm will stay for a few more shots, and he is unaware that he could be swarmed in just a few moments. A little knowledge there from Digizine saying it is clear long C, but no movement from EG's defense yet.
That's the interesting part. There's no pivot across because the KG utilities over on this A side already. 100 Thieves goes in for the exec.
There's that wall that keeps Calm safe, and it's going to give him one. Anchors himself down for a good kill there to help the team get back into the site that now 100 Thieves has control of.
You'd hope here that you could get this flank, but Digizine pushing all the way down. Maybe didn't expect here that 100 Thieves would be playing with the Cypher, so they'll have this information already. Kraus watching towards the sewers, and here comes the exec reflood from EG on the spawn side.
TPs, fake TPs happening.
Nice,
just to throw some off, but Timotino steps into the smoke, taking it upon himself to start this off. 100 Thieves feeling good here, one up. As the round continues.
You walk into that shiz.
Digizine doesn't really have too much help behind him here. It's going to be just that goes. And the crosshair is broken. He gets turned up, and Bang finalizes the round for 100 Thieves. Just a quick walk towards A and a solid take.
You've been playing Monster Ranchers for 2
nail
hours
to the coffin on that 2 versus 1 from the veterans of 100 Thieves. Of course, Bang recently re-added to 100 Thieves, but the experience that he has with Oscar is already there. They stall down, just wait for communication, stoic in that 1 versus 2 on that flank from Digizine. Asta calls the slide across and a double peek and get the perfect pick in the end. But again, interesting idea too is what 100 Thieves, or EG was doing was because of that util on that A site to try to stall as much as they could. But here's the Marshall starting off on the contact of Convert over at Seaside.
Yeah, he's looking for a quick shot, whittle him down at least, so the Classics can hit a little bit harder if he's not getting the kill overall. So 100 Thieves actually do a pretty good fact-finding mission over there on the left side, saying, all right, yeah, a little bit of an anti-strat from EG, so let's head back towards A. Most likely going to be open, and they are right about it.
It was a nice try, too, because you know that Timotino playing on this Phoenix would probably try to default on that C orb quite often with the standard smoke on the top.
100 Thieves are my dark
So they stacked that side. A couple of shots came through the smoke. 100 Thieves are like, okay, well, the A side has to be super weak. They get the plant down, min-max the orbs onto Timotino as well.
That's the thing. Got to pay attention to that Phoenix, especially on Haven. You can get to them so easily.
Flank watch with a judge, a little bit difficult.
How many times the ults inside the smoke seems to be a bit difficult, but Cryo snaps for the second one just at the last moment. A huge play from him to start shutting down this retake from Evil Geniuses. Paranoia on the ready for the retake and spawn 2. Vora and Bang just in the crossfire there to
Yeah,
shut
keep
down the
giving
rest
us
of this
ult
round.
orb.
Nice job by 100
This
Thieves.
is one off already.
Now limping away. And they're just going to stay in range for that spike. Nice job. Another round. 100 Thieves not taking it instantly to C. Back to A to keep it safe.
It's definitely an interesting look so far. I know it's very, very early in this map. But looking at the last 2 rounds, it was very similar looks to how 100 Thieves kind of really opened on their attack side, even when Cryo was playing DeVito. He kind of sets the information on the trips, and then he works with the team. They go into a ball to like go for the executions, and then EG has no choice but to reflect every single time. EG also continuously throwing his rifle wall from the B side to A. They've never had any variations going to that one to really try to pressure any openings on middle.
I would deadass have
so
like,
it has to come down to potential
just try to get this ult orb, but Omen's probably gonna smoke
aggro
this,
plays
so
out of
Silva can
DGZ to
grab
say,
it.
well, it doesn't matter if I don't have a Viper wall to support me.
Deep and
I'll
Neon's
just
already
go
in.
for that opener. And he's
Recon
walking down that
don't
lava
miss,
C side
is
once again.
broken.
And 100 Thieves finally are looking a little
Whose
bit more of that
smoke is
mid
this,
control to
ours?
open up this
Yeah.
cage of util.
Predicting they might be able to find something here in a different round from the EG push. Oh, the ding coming through, and Cryo will finish the kill.
That's huge.
Instantly into the site. They spread to both sides, but they don't have a chance to push into either. No, they do. They're just waiting for the timing. Nicely done. Asuna and Timotino pushing forward a bit, knowing they need to take space in that situation.
After round
and it's a small little details too. Even though you have Krausel's moving with the team, having 2 extra trips now to identify these early flanks, even a camera now to look towards middle. Those are the things that the things that you've learned on the last matchup of saying, okay, Vito was kind of good to stop a lot of the flood util, although they weren't really challenged that much the last time around. But at least they have more kit now into the setups here on the attack side to see how they could maybe pivot into the mid round should they get stalled by this double stall controller setup here from EG. That's the nature of that composition for the defensive side.
Go, go, go.
So we'll see how 100 Thieves continue to layer up these rounds.
Nice
so
bonus.
far, so good. They convert a very nice bonus round too.
This guy wants to die, so
They
he can buy
walk
his
entry over on that B side to punish Bao, who is out of position here. What can you really do if you get spotted in the first place? It's so hard to escape.
What is Blood doing?
Hard to get the communication back up, to get the Viper wall up right away if you don't have an alarm bot there, if you don't have the turret there to sound the alarm to allow Bao to escape.
It becomes pretty explosive too from the side of 100 Thieves. I mean, you have the Neon, you have the Phoenix, and everything else. The Paranoia is going to be right there. Dart's going to be right there. So yeah, you better. The front door opens, they're going to come crashing through. They're not peeking in for the instant to get the kill. So what now can EG do? We expect this to somewhat at some point in the maps come down to a scope game. But if we even look at that for DigiZ inside now, they got to build up that money quite a bit, even if a gun's going to be thrown to him eventually, because he did save that Phantom last time. So we'll see how quick they can get to that, and if it is a key factor here. Defense, maybe not so much.
Yeah, and this is an important timeout for EG, because losing the bonus already, you were ready to really walk on the stage and really fight against 100 Thieves, but you were kind of iced out for these for this tech pause, unfortunately.
True.
This is just a refresher of, okay, we've talked about what we had to do here going into the game, but then as everybody's like, oh, finally we can get into the game, but maybe you lose a little bit of that game plan. So you just have to remind them a little bit earlier than later, sooner than later, to stop that bleeding. And we'll see how that changes in terms of how EG wants to approach that match, or this map rather, and this round. Similar setup to what they had to the pistol round, to leverage the turret to find the information for that lower sewers lurk. And continuing the what is the next step though with our macro as soon as we go for the exact same setup. You have the nanoswarm at the same side too. So they are definitely weak side on A. They really need to try to maybe to be a little bit more proactive if the DigiZ tries to move down and gets that line over on C.
Still giving Calm the anchor wall to play behind with the turret for his lower wall.
They still
it says they want to play retake, but also they're in a situation where they can lose their defensive players if 100 Thieves want to play it fast. Back to C might be one of the first ones they really attempt to push on that button.
Could have made a lot of noise already because you had the camera watching mid, although Cryo does get punished right away, so that's what we're talking about. But Orb gets picked up, the ult's available for the Phoenix, but this position from Supa.
Good position.
Quickly, Vora is able to answer back, but is it too little too late? There's a few kills for 100 Thieves to set this up. They are still down a player, and Vora is very hurt in this situation. This should be seen as the spike gets thrown down. Okeanos with the eye there. And just a quick shot. They walk this one in. The timeout pays off from Potter. They get exactly what they need in the ears of the players to make this round happen.
And the openings for 100 Thieves, again, very slow as it stays as a group.
But why is Bang playing
add that
towards
pressure on that A side
like
because
here?
you are playing
Why is he playing towards there when he's got a smoke and he's in the smoke?
outside of the
Does
first
he have a judge?
recon dart that you might have towards long, and then you need the other players to be proactive. So Digizine walking outside of mid was a huge play.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen that coming from 100 Thieves outside of their bonus round open. They were having
Should've,
two
like,
guys
smoked
walk up
garage,
towards that
but
B side, but look at this
he
open
still
again.
gone
They're
aggressive. I don't know.
focusing most of their resources over leading A.
We got Phoenix
one more
ult for
time.
this.
We finally have Asuna here to cover short. It's no longer just the turret. No, not Asuna, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Digizine.
Digizine, rather. And now it's still just going to be calm, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
And they've played off that conditioning that he's going to be there for a few more shots for a util moment. Slide right into that play. And now they're just going to go ahead, insert, and walk around if they want. Making a little bit of extra noise as Cryo tries to sell something here. Get his ult down.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is deja vu. An instant rotate, pulling out the turret back inside, and then after the first pick, that's a rotate pivot back from C-side for 100 Thieves. The extra freebie this time around is you have the ult from Cryo that pings everybody else, so they know the site's open for Timotino to push.
And the util just shows you one step ahead here for 100 Thieves as they're looking at those mollies behind them. Asuna.
That's safe
on the
now,
brink
or
of
they
a
got
triple
paranoia?
right here, but he's just going to hold off for now.
I don't know, he's holding something.
Knowing that he hears that paranoia go through, he knows they're not ready for an instant peek.
One enemy remaining.
A turret was there to catch him, and it's still not going to be enough as they're squeezing even closer into the spawn of EG, so they can't get away with these weapons. Yeah, that's a runaway from Okeanos for the save here. 100 Thieves are so confidently behind each other on these
they're
plays.
looking really good.
It's just leaving EG with lower numbers and as soon as the play starts.
And you're seeing the variations. The start is fairly similar, right? A lot of people always working towards the A site at the very beginning, but sometimes now they throw the smoke towards that long A cross. Now this time they also slide forward and get the instant pick onto Com because they've also realized for EGs, for these openers, they've only really played a solo Sova on that side with KG util to stall or just a solo Sova. So you slide out, get the instant punish right here on that slide, and it opens up A for you. Now you still have the map to work with. Because now EG is like, well, they've been hitting A side quite often here, and they're open. We got to support that a little bit more. So I think this lack of aggression and early information for EG is making it difficult for them to really adapt to the openers and also onto the mid-rounding.
Okay. We went to the shotgun store, and we have 4 Buckies.
And they definitely look like they want to fight this time around, too. Look at this paranoid setup potential here. You have also the Neons move forward and help.
Oh, only one shot from the Bucky. It puts Asuna down to 8 HP. They were so close to making this work first. And he kills the angle on that one to not go down to the shock dart. Everything just a millimeter away from working there for EG to at least get a leg up in the round. 100 Thieves looking with 5 still to hit this A site.
Crazy round 2. 4 Buckies and a Vandal so that Okeanos could walk down and try to get an opener here. Com is just hoping that he could win this 1v1 to salvage that Vandal.
Playing this little wall tuck down here. Yeah. Says hello. Oh god, 1 down to 8 HP, 1's down to 10 HP. So close to getting these kills. I don't think this one would have changed the round, but you see what EG's going through here on just trying to get a sneaky Bucky buy-in, but just coming up short on this.
Now the Buckies are looking like my rank games. Where it's like, why are they not dead? It's like point blank right in the chest.
Standing ahead.
It's the same thing they did with Downby. He's just like, my judge don't do that.
Oh,
and
good shot, though.
You're seeing the state too. I'm hoping they're able to get a couple more exits because one, not only for Orpips, but for the ones that have the most money. To get closer to buying an op here for Digizine because of that investment of the Marshall in that second round and getting no value out of it, and also getting bonused out. It's very difficult right now for EG to get that op up ASAP, which has again been a win con for Evil Geniuses throughout kickoff when Digizine joined this roster.
And so Asuna dashed through and got calm last time, right? So they felt confident already to fight A long because the smoke was coming down, kind of for protection to calm, to dart, to drone. And they're still happy to fight, even if there's going to be someone else there.
And that's the thing, you're trying to add more resources to help towards Com, and
exactly.
He's set up for the spray. I love this, because they've been walking forward as well. A spray with the Odin could actually do a lot of damage here. They're pinging it so far to maybe be careful of a recon dart, but...
And the operator's now live. Rings out to start the round and actually drops one of the ways for them to get in. Let's hear what 100 Thieves has to say.
Hold on, Tim. I'm looking for a pick. Roll mid. He's opting.
So now having to adapt here as they identified the Odin and the Op for EG now.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just looking for this guy if he picks the Op again. Well, looking for a pick, but I don't see anything.
So bang.
I think we should.
Send it.
Yeah.
Can we
go?
Wait, pod off.
Okay.
Wait. I chill. That, I think. Yeah, just speed up.
Just waiting for that Op to peek again.
That probably will call for the reset for Thieves.
They own my back already. Wait. Oh, okay. I'm going. 3, 2, 1.
Heaven.
Backside.
80.
Spawn. Viper spawn in Silver Heaven.
Not up, bro. Careful.
I think 2 spawn.
Walking on spawn.
I try it. I'll go.
5 goes bad.
You could see him try to repair everything in the round there. No, just wait. We got to do this, knowing that they lost that entry coming out of Asuna right away. They got a good shot on Digi, but it just wasn't enough.
And it was a small thing because somebody said flash as they were throwing that flash over on the east side. I'm pretty sure that was bang after that pick, and somebody said, oh. So if you had Team flashing across that wall on the east side first, and then preparing it to continue to scale in the back, that would have helped them a little bit more. But they didn't have too much control towards that back of the A site. Ichi found that timing to reflood. And that puts them back here on the board.
Okay,
again, the Op and the Odin. That's what they've identified at least for 100 Thieves on the previous round. And a nice diff, though, from Bang's elevation with the Phantom. And reading that DGZ's going to re-peek.
Watch your eyes!
Throw 2 mids. So you can see a quick peek from Asuna there with a little help from that flash. He's still going to go ahead and a little bit of a solo mission here. He does have a little bit of help from Vora behind. But for now, they're going to back off of the situation, not finding anything. And EG's got some pretty good info out of that, but can Bao stay alive here?
You have no choice but to do a one and done pretty much for Bao. But the mistake for Bao usually is when he gets punished here on util going down, he likes to re-peek out.
Thinks he has the upper hand. It's the only reason you do this. You catch that off guard, but it's already Cryo thinking 2 steps ahead, knowing you're going to do it. The tough stuff to get around here as Cryo again controlling his 1v1s, and now this gives 100 Thieves a chance to get up long.
And he plays that through Superman's wall, so that's exactly what we're talking about too. The utility that Cryo can to take to his advantage now, not having a veto and being able to lurk more here as this Cypher is nice.
That's broken. Alt.
Beautiful hit. Great job by Com, calling that first shot out. Space is trying to be made now by Asuna. Okeanos isn't going to allow for that to happen right away. Gets himself to safety, buying time, playing his life. And Superman's going to be able to come with the backstabs in there. Com as well as they come out of the defensive side, roaring through here. Great job by Oki on short there to turn 100 Thieves' eyes to his attention.
I'm mistaken. I think Com even sprayed from the heaven to get that last kill, but so far Superman has been immense in terms of how he stepped up for these retakes for EG. The Guardians and getting these taps is huge. Also catching Vora off guard because Oki was able to escape. Again, the Com is very good right now when they are making it work in these chaotic moments for EG. It was a very strong start for 100 Thieves, but EG are looking to really fight back in this game since they were bringing this off back up here for Digizine. They're trying to punish it, a recon dart that gets a ping towards that spawn, but it's not necessarily to play a trap place. Kami is currently playing towards that seaside link, so he's not going to utilize the Hunter's Fury for that. But so far, opening duels and successes on Cryo on the Sewers control has been very good.
Yeah, that's the first time they've stepped out and tried to peek up it too. 100 Thieves looking to gain a little more and more space, but rather EG, but 100 Thieves says no, sir. Operator's still there for Digizine. We said that was one of the win conditions. We've seen the round start to go in their favor since it was picked up.
The turret.
It doesn't look like they'll stop here. Here's the speed we see from the side of 100 Thieves. Com just holding that mouse one. Superman cannot see much of the situation as Timo comes around. Blinding speed.
Bao's there to help though.
Yeah, great hold so far. Change the elevation on the double peak, but it's not going to work. 100 Thieves clean it up for now, and the operator to come back in this situation comes a little tougher.
And overdrive available. So he's trying to isolate this 1v1, knowing that Cryo's going to be on alert. But Cryo will always have a timing. Timo Tino's just trying to waste out the overdrive. Breaking ankles.
Watch his angles into a gun.
Enemy
and there's a hit. Another one.
You just gave him that. Come on.
It doesn't have to be the operator, and not even the ultimate. He just uses it for the space to set himself up.
And who better to finish that 1v1 against Cryle? They set that up. He's mentioned it before, and now to be able to still win a 1 versus 2 for the Red Bull clutch for that. Beautiful flash at the beginning for TimoTino, but the stall that he had originally from Calm with that Odin really stopped 100 from getting a good flood into the C site.
I have a question.
Man, what a Red Bull clutch it was as well for the side of Digizine. He wants to get revenge here, he said in previous interviews. He says he wants this win really bad, and he knows Ryle's on the other side with that scope, but he just wants to play his game. And right now the team's helping him do that.
It almost seems like that means Digizine, I mean, this is only his first year of playing with EG, so his record at the Americas has been quite difficult against Cryo. So you're looking at past teams he's played for. Loud. He's also played with Furia. You're looking at those teams. They haven't really found too much successes since that super team here from Brazil back in the early days of the VCTs. So Digizine is still trying to show here that he's one of the top players, top duelists that we currently have coming up from Brazil. And finding a home right now with an all-star American Vietnamese, I guess I could put it that way, as a
I just don't
roster.
understand why our lurkers
They're
aren't
making it
doing
work.
anything.
They're vibing for
I don't
sure.
think they've done one thing.
Potter structuring what she wants to see next here out of the team. So you see Okeanos on your screen. He's been real hyped last few rounds. Bringing out the Odin. And they're trying to correct the calls and get on the defensive side of what Vor is doing. Somebody who came into stage 1 and has the skill set. We've seen the shots, has the moments to wow, his split clutches to end matches that we've seen before. Yeah, this is going to be a good one still coming out here. Everybody's ready to play, as it's 5-4 just in our first half, to see if EG can put some more from the defensive side, the harder side to grab the rounds from, since 100 Thieves is getting to pick and choose where they put their squad and the 3 sites.
Already denying here the offline, but Calm's trying to find some info with some pings with the Hunter's Fury. Misses all of them, and Digizine is going to play this like a shotgun.
Yeah,
you're not Jet, buddy.
The last one let Digizine know nobody was on the other side of the smoke. Kind of used Digi as a little aim there. So he goes ahead and gets a peek out after this goes down. But still focused on just this A side. Don't have to do much with Pit down on the left. And you have to do even less with TimoTino. The double peek to 2 people? That is insane for Digizine. Gets out unscathed.
Barely saw the sleeve of TimoTino too, but that's a big player to take down, because those are big flashes. That's out of the question. And with the pivot and the pit from EG on that C side, looks like 100 Thieves are realizing that there's probably only B site that we try to waste out some util in the first place.
Bao playing this even more safe than last time. I think you said the right side left him out to dry. Here, he's gonna shoot. Just wait for the play to come through. Almost getting enough help, but no, the angle's changed up. Asuna gets it with the trade through. EG trading beautifully. It doesn't even become trades, it just becomes a shooting range for them as B is on lockdown. And EG bring it to 5-5.
Oh my
Huge
gosh,
pinch too, and I think again, that's thanks to that line that Digizine took in the first place. After you drop the first player, you don't force Calm to rotate out from that A site to support him. He could play that solo, because now he could spot the cross. So Calm was able to rotate towards that A link, support Val after he gets picked off, and you get the pincer, or the pinch rather, sorry, from
So we're just
Okeanos
oblivious to that?
in the front side. So very nice comms.
Let's go! Nice guys, let's go!
And it has been a little bit up and down for at least Calm in the first half, trying to find early openers, getting denied for those. But when it comes down to team fights, he's been in the right moments too to support this team.
Towards garage. Spike's still pretty far away for the action that they're putting into sight, so they're looking to get there early and really make it safe. Superman didn't get hit right away, but they still feel like somebody could be back there, and yeah, they find him out, push him out, as TimoTino gets 2.
Oh, that's Spike!
Bao is in a great spot to be that kingpin to shut the round down. We haven't seen much from just this game, but here he could get a 3rd one, and it's actually going to be Bang taking him down. He's spent the time, though. Okeanos is in position to help. You got Calm on the other side here.
Bang.
Now it's going to be the 1v1.
You can go anywhere you want.
The rotations all around the world from both players here. Let's see who can make it happen.
Bang knows that Calm should have rotated by now, so he's going loud. Out, And thankfully here is far enough that Calm is not going to hear it. So the element of surprise is going back in the favor of 100 Thieves in his post plant.
There you go.
All right. Could be a heaven. Could be if he peeks up short. It could be a long plant. He looks like he's going to go back towards long here. And, of course, Calm is going the longest way around. Is it going to be knife out when he peeks? Oh! Just for the last second! Grazes the ear of Bang. And Bang sits him down. 3K for the controller in a safe pair of hands as 100 Thieves grab another round.
It was definitely a close call because it looked like Bao was pretty much left for dead in the cubby of the C side. I wonder what happened. I think maybe he droned and saw the player in the back of the C platform and focused a Hunter's Fury on him, which allowed Bao to move forward and get these 3 kills, including that spike. So that was a very winnable scenario here from that hero play from Bao, thanks to a little bit of luck, and he took full advantage of that. But Bang is able to save and salvage a round for 100 Thieves.
Very big one there. Flashes over, getting Calm out of that early position. And kind of, I'm probably telling Vora what's happening around the map. Be careful for mid still. Digi can go in for that repeat push. Oh, they can hear that. Lots of movement. Oh my God, this aggressive push. Yo, he just gets out. The operator in a situation where you're basically going to have to quick scope. You can see how confident he is.
And that's why it's difficult there. It took 12 rounds to finally realize that they've always set this camera in the window. So EG walking down, finding that out, but they can't take advantage of that anymore. We're in the last round of the half. And that's why I was asking for a little bit more of proactiveness. Speaking about being proactive, as they're trying to move and find the info and to pick towards that B side, look how passively Calm is playing this. They know here how they're so weak towards this A side at the beginning, looking for that hero play from Digizine in that front B side that they had to play the retake.
Exploded on, wait for Bang to try and from the shadows all the way to spawn. Can't backstab if you are found. Yeah, he's still waiting.
And it's fine. At this point, you make sure that nobody's going to be able to push out towards the spawn. You wait for the rotate from Bao so you could use here this lockdown for the retake. And you know for sure with a flash remaining for Timotino and with Neon there, they're going to try to fight this back to deny it.
Oh, he starts one off. They're pushing out right now, and he's going to have to start backpedaling. There's the from the shadows. Bang's going to have a bit of a backstab here as he comes around at the last moment.
Somebody's watching
and it happened within the commotion. They're not really looking
huge
because it's through Calm, and he's shadowed the play. Oh, they were looking like you said, but it was just off.
Detained! They're all detained!
Not gonna be good. That's a defuse. Get in there. Digi's making sure he doesn't even have to worry as that defuse comes through. He just, wait a minute. Okay, that got me a little scared. 6-6 coming through. Holy moly. Somehow that was still edge of the seat for both of them, even with the detains in. But what a first half shows both teams kind of coming into the position where they feel comfortable. Here back on stage.
Yeah, I think 100 Thieves wanted to be proactive with that one as well. I love that they were fighting towards that A side lane to deny the ult, but that could have been huge once again for Bang to save around. But not being able to get that detained, not being able to get that lockdown allows EG to tie up the half now 6-6 as this is a start that we wanted after the small pause.
Crazy stuff. Well, it's going to continue as we come back from the break, so don't go anywhere.
It's halftime long. I actually forgot.
We got this
I
whole
hate when you do
mattress
that. It's a minute. I'm staying here for a minute.
6 Thieves
into the
at the end,
game.
trying to get.
Very one-sided at the very beginning of how 100 Thieves seemed to be.
It did seem like it was just going to be 100 Thieves.
And thankfully for that timeout from Potter, she calmed things down a bit. Now EG has an opportunity to take the attack side with their own flavor. Also 5-man death balling, but this time to fight against Cryo, who now spots the util being thrown and executed from long C.
In the smoke? I thought Bang was going to have that Cryo behind. The trip not giving them all the information they wanted and just crashed through here by EG. You saw some of the shock darts to clear that util. Really well played here. But Asuna has a say before this round ends. Yeah, EG's going to push knowing that is coming out behind them. One more? Two more? I don't think they know he made it so far right. Now they do.
You have dash, you have dash.
Wait a minute. Vance. He's got the peak. That lineup isn't the perfect for him.
Chill, 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 chill.
Low is Okeanos, though. He tapped that spike and forced him out.
Empty.
The shots made you think. But yeah, EG was there. EG is ready. And Superman's going to be there to get the final kill.
It's just unfortunate for Val, too. He's getting caught a lot so far in this match, but the rest of the team is at least there to really fight back here against 100 Thieves. I love that, the paranoia, and then using Digizine as a drone. So also not only being a star duelist for the team, but also selfless to find the info, which is what you want from a very good Neon. They fall out behind, they make sure that the comms stay clean, which also was their element of success on the defensive side, which just noticed. It was a lot about team fights and collapsing and denying the floods from 100 Thieves. And they're doing very similar things on the post lines, pushing out towards the spawn. And speaking of
my gosh.
It's 100 Thieves pushing down. There's a lot of util being thrown, but it's still the advantage for 100 Thieves as EG decide to pivot back towards B.
Straight towards B. Left side plant, seeing all that util come from the right side. They understand what kind of the synergy is and who else would be there. So they can easily look to set up, push out, and keep this from getting too much damage down.
Too huge one with the classic.
Yeah, that was a very big one. They need to keep some of these guns in hand as well. Outlaw there for Digizine.
It's already good.
Kills.
It's already good.
And that's going to be tough if they're going to rush into the site. So now both of them forced to hide in the same spot.
Oh my gosh, it's massive.
This is getting even worse right now for the side of EG. One. This hero Spectre, if you will. It's not going to be it. And Digi gets a shot, but the defuse is still going through. The thrifty happens, and it is just scattered for EG as they try to figure out where 100 Thieves wants to come from on the defense.
What a big round there for Asuna. He rotated and ran a marathon across the map after that first kill on Sewers. Rotated all the way back towards spawn, and even surprised the second player. So
it's actually
thinking here is the outplaying his opponents, thinking that the C link is going to be open for them to be able to take that space, and Asuna meets him right away. That allows here Team Latino to pick up the Bulldog. They can flood in as a team. 4 players out from that C link. They're able to get a successful here thrifty round, and the thing is for EG, they're still investing into this one. We got an Outlaw and also a Vandal.
Standing ahead.
Interesting.
And the big thing is the Outlaw is actually in the hands of Okeanos, so not on Digizine as a scoper. But Okeanos has that experience, was a big jet operator in the past too in Tier 2.
That's Vandal. It's picking up.
Okay. They're running this one in, thinking the util would be there to kind of separate what they were looking for here. Asuna just takes down Calm, and they feel free to run around right now. They just got to figure out where this Vandal is if they hear it. Now with Okeanos, as they're continuously swapping these weapons around, I feel like EG is doing a bit of their strat, and then 100 Thieves pressure them so much, they're forced to play 100 Thieves game almost right away here in these first few rounds.
Yeah, right now, Superman's responsibility was to watch that flank. He only had a classic to work with, spot somebody, could pull the wall up, and then they start executing. But instead, they want to use the timing of that smoke. Now that dissipates, they missed that timing. It dissipates, there's 4 players swinging from different angles.
Yeah, let's win this game.
EG could really get into the site to go for the element of surprise. Flawless to go into, I'd like to still call it the anti-eco.
Keyboard looks weird.
It was still looking like a heavy investment on the side of EG, but they're looking to be pretty decent in the economy for a while going into this round. But yeah, you're right. It looked like they thought that they had some sort of timing initially when we were running up towards that A long side. Free kill for Cryo.
Yeah. On one of the big weapons they had for the round, too.
The Vandal.
4th round here in the second half. Quick util kill.
Just set himself.
Or rather, Vora, if he was still there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was to play very aggro to disrespect the default C smoke on the top to allow Team Latino to move down and get the orb. Now that's the ult available for them too, and they can reposition around the map where EG took 0 control at the beginning. They have to, now it's their turn to have to re-clear because the ask already was there for 100 Thieves. They answer back by re-pushing towards the C side, but this leaves a lot of gaps that now can be exploited here on this line for EG. Sorry, for 100 Thieves.
Oh, they hear the camera over at A. Shoot it, make a little noise, making sure C feels uncomfortable. Asuna is still here with the judge. They are not going to expect this at 40 seconds in the round. After they hear it, they will.
Gave his talent. It was a responsibility for Superman, who was trying to get the insert towards that A site. But now they've lost all the map control here for EG.
Yeah.
They'll have to come back to the, okay, let's Hail Mary our way into the B site here for break this trip.
30 seconds left.
Can't see it right away. Walls up. Then they're going to break and go through. The noise is made. 25 seconds left. They have nowhere else to go. Timotino's going to make it uncomfortable for the time being as he plays his life protection there from Vora. They go for the double swing. Nice job by Cryo to be a 3rd one there and anchor the entire play.
Go, guys.
Just, they really didn't have to commit to either site. Stay in the middle. EG had nowhere else to go. 100 Thieves are there to receive.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
that
win
was
this game.
definitely a huge overcommitment from Bao. After the relay bolt gets thrown and the recon dart guarantees that ping on the defenseman falling back, towards that A-link, it's like, okay, well, the site technically should be clear for us to control and maintain that spot. Instead, they tried to push forward where, unfortunately, they weren't really in tandem there to go for these instant trades. And no matter what, it would have been a 3 versus 2 in favor of 100 Thieves, and 100 Thieves has always been coined to be very good for these 3-2-1 multiple swings, and not just on 2 players. I remember back in the days too with their blind style with Zix at the helm. With EU,
right,
they
we
were
got,
very, very vocal
what's
on
the
how they
score?
wanted to ping pong swing off each other as well. So yeah, EG
Let's use
is
Cypher ult.
trying to slow down this technical overheating that they had here on this these executes. I think that's the only big thing. Outside of that,
Let's
the
use
macro that
Cypher
previous
ult,
round
we
was
got
actually
so
quite good
well.
for EG. I felt that even Asuna gave the tell for 100 Thieves. I was playing that
think
judge
here.
there, and they could just stall. And
Right.
if
They might
Superman
rip
actually won
Sova
that fight
ult
towards that A site, that's
through sewer.
their advantage to take that round.
No, they went
But after
to
trying to commit into the B site
oh,
and not
they're
really
angled to
protecting
A
the spike carrier, that's,
and look, Sova's got his
that has
shiz
to be
on
reeled
long.
back a bit.
So maybe I was right, but they're angling it towards B.
Finding a way to play within the more favorable timing window of the round. The pressure of the last 30
They're gonna
seconds
know it
doesn't
comes
seem to
from
really
A.
go on what EG wants to do with this comp. Like you said, they either want the space and they have to keep taking it.
Do we have op? Do we have op yet?
Or they just kind of find themselves getting squashed into the site. So maybe more so give themselves time to set up, figure out a way to make the round work in their favor instead of being whittled away here. 100 Thieves is making it tough though, like you said.
Doesn't
See where
matter,
they'll
it's a
push from
bonus.
this side. Looks like they might
Oh,
get a
that's the
little
Viper wall.
play on mid going as they already have Bang up top.
Yeah, it could be one of those contact bang flash out, or maybe like a couple of seconds later, like at the minute mark, kind of play it like the Jogimo style to flash and find info. The Bang is laser focused to look down towards that window.
All right, play fizzles out. Doesn't want to give up too much at the start of their round and how they're
It's
doing
hard
it.
B.
So this would usually be EG pushing through and finding one of the sides of B to get through. But they stop, make a little bit of noise,
all the way up
running up there with Neon.
The thing is, they tried to drop the spike on the back of Calm, but the noise was made, so this is heard now from 100 Thieves. They've already had 3 players very close looking to flood back.
Yep.
Retake.
Okay, pretty standard take. Well executed, got in between the fast lanes, made 100 Thieves have to worry about playing their life. Now it's going to get tough. They try to push forward again. They have to get in front of the situation, but 100 Thieves is right there to step on any aggression or thoughts EG wants to put into the round. Already getting revealed. This is going to be a tough one as the spike goes defused now for 100 Thieves. They chase down Okeanos and spike down for that round, so you get a little bit of money, which is a good point of it. 100 Thieves are not worried about what the EG setup on defense right now.
100 Thieves, first team to reach the double digits now in this series, map number 1. And so far, I'm still trying to see if playing this type of composition as well, Cryo will eventually opt once he has the money for it. So far, he hasn't been contested. The A side had to play 1v1s.
Bang!
Has been holding on to the fence for the longest time, so you don't really need to fully invest into it yet.
Yeah, let's just wrap this
Well, that
up,
might
bro.
change their style too if EG
Fact
is able
that they
to
got 7
come back in
assists
this game
whole thing.
soon, but very similar pastures to the first half with a very strong start from 100 Thieves.
Kill rounds, diffuse post plants. They are figuring out everything right now. What can EG do to get back? Let's see what they're saying about it.
Head down. Head down. Nothing. I see nothing. Picked up short. Give me a second. Ready? 1, 2. I see nothing. Turning left.
Turret's down.
Yeah, my short's open. Saw me. My main was short.
They know too.
I walked away. Close left.
Spike down A.
No way.
Walking back. Neon A lobby.
C's open.
I'm gonna keep it short.
They're running back. They're running back.
I'm making start running up.
See pool clean?
Yeah, I should be. One should be mid.
I'm keeping it back flat.
Go. Could be out backside.
You're good.
Yep, right. I'm taking garage.
Booking CT.
Go for it, take out.
I'm green bomb down early. One long, Phoenix.
That was from mid.
Spike down C.
So for garage, Phoenix long.
Superman will have to go into front.
They got shit
Tries to
on.
pick in the end. So far, though, you see the comms that they think that they had an opening to take now for EG and force a TP from Okeanos to meet up with Superman. But as he was knifing up towards that long seaside, you already had Timo walking down and hearing all of that.
The bang covers him.
Great work by Asuna.
One enemy remaining.
Gets the element of surprise into the A Cubby, and as he's spotted and it's been called out by EG, he's isolated every single one of these fights just from his wall.
Yeah, that's wild. It's everybody within arm's reach, but he made 3 different fights, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
5 Phantoms.
To allow even Bang to move forward to
Do they
support
have
him
the
on the
meta?
backstab against
Right.
Do they have the meta on
slid
lock?
out, so. Nice little answer back for 100 Thieves, and this is probably like, what, the 2nd or 3rd time that I've seen 100 Thieves play
There were 7
by
Phantoms,
disrespecting EG's
2
wall.
Vandals.
Yeah.
On the Viper defaults here.
The shots are on. I mean, they're playing with the confidence. You have to use it if it's there. Really getting the first shots on these steps and peaks that they're going for. Spikes down here for AG, working the map, mostly towards mid, not knowing if C is pushed. Have a bit of an eye on A. But they pretty much have to commit to these 2 sides unless they just rush it at this point towards the C side as a death ball.
Well, you can already see right now for 100 Thieves too. You have Vora playing out towards that spawn who's looking to support off any contact that he sees. So as soon as Asuna jiggles and sees this, you might see the Hunter's Fury getting shot down here from the spawn side. Especially with 45 seconds left on the round. EG's trying to bait it out though, because Spike is still down towards middle.
Superman holds the angle, steps out, hearing the movement from Asuna and calls it correctly.
Too much is happening.
They're stalled on it though. Back down to this 30-second mark where things get very pressurized. And Bang's gonna step out to take down Calm too. Wow, listening, telling everybody about the rotations, but nobody knows about the backside of the site still. It's gonna be Bang, the anchor of anchors, always in the site, ready to defend. Just when you think it's open, Cryo and Vora getting kills across the map and also Insight, and they don't even know about Bang yet.
2v2 though, Spike will go down, but here's the push forward.
There it is.
And Cryo picks up the last 2 with the Phantom crunching in on different angles.
Type shiz, brother.
Again, a little bit of a step ahead every single time for 100 Thieves. They tried to sell the fake for EG on that A site. They baited out the Hunter's Fury. They had a great opener from Superman. But then after, you had the TP back from Bang on that C site, knowing that the fake was there towards A.
He's chill, bro. He's so chill.
And then he allowed here for the rest
He's
of the team
just
to move
like me
forward,
playing the
thanks to
game. What
Cryo's
the fuck?
util and what Bang was hearing here over on the C site.
Cryo being Cryo, 17-12. Doesn't matter what you put him on.
Yep.
Just like the team says, he's Cryo.
And just chilling.
And just chilling.
Yeah,
easy round.
Controlling everything. Easy at the end of the round. No pressure there to bring in a clutch. And now the pressure is really on Evil Geniuses here. The Guardians and the buy. Ultimates, though, to push out, to fully gain a site. There's a lockdown. They can get the spike down at a site. So will they have enough to get there and make that defense they put up count?
Phoenix Salt mid to get
Spinning
info.
out the Phoenix Salt though, and he could still push down here.
Oh my gosh, call it quits.
There goes the Killjoy ultimate.
They have Viper Pit.
They do have Viper Pit.
On a double swing.
Okay, chill, bro.
In there though to put that down. He's gonna do it right now. He's got to put it forward. I think you're gonna wait on it because it might give them just a point to get into the site unless you're set up enough for them to help Superman once it's down.
Welcome to my
There it is, yeah. You get one more
He's
in.
got Viper
Feels
mollies.
comfortable
They're
there
not
to get the
Vipers,
plant
they're
now.
Phoenix mollies.
Okeanos has a lot of work cut out for him to find out where Cryo is going to backstab from, or do
They
they
have
actually
Silva.
commit all to
Just
site?
wait for Dart. That's what they're
They're
calling.
going to leverage Oki
No,
to
that's
watch
the
on the
other
right
team,
side of the
sorry.
site and the flank, and the other two will fight inside the pit.
Kind of has that little window where the box isn't covering. We're watching from Cryo's view now as he's going to first find Oki, and that is an incredibly important kill. They're going to put themselves right in front of the ultimate. It's not going to take much damage to get through.
Oh, shit.
He gets dropped. Timo getting back his HP, but only the 34 here as he's in the 1v2. And the first shots are going to miss. Great time delay here by the side of EG to find themselves another round. It brings them down to 2, but they still get what they need.
Okeanos playing against his old enemy here in the Tier 2 scene. From the M80 versus TSM days,
Bro, why
and
are we
a
peeking
great
just sewer
opener
like
from
that?
Timo Tino to start, though. A huge lineup. But again, we talked about the huge responsibility from Okeanos.
Like, what the
outside
fuck
of
is
that
this
pit,
play?
and he delivered. Winning this one against Cryo has been red hot in this first map, and also jiggling against the Star Duelist 100 Thieves. He also wants to prove that he could play on any agent and put big numbers up. EG stays in the fight. Economy's still good though for 100 Thieves, and as we talked about the economy being good in terms of ops that they could buy, Cryo keeps going with the Phantom. Interesting that the Shock Dart misses though. That is an unfortunate mishap for EG on how they're defaulting now.
Slow play on this
one.
one.
If anything, gives them false hope.
Evil Geniuses still have the lockdown. And they're actually trying to get 100 Thieves to make a move. They're in all these audio positions to see if they can hear movement, hear anybody get out of their main position. And it doesn't look like they'll give it to them. All shifts are being held around the board.
And it seems like they might want to be playing offside, potentially, because the spike was on Omen in the first place. He could TP out. Yeah, now they're starting to fall back for a bit.
Calm is now the one.
I also think when Bao, I think, was trying to throw a nanoswarm right onto the spike, he got instantly shocked by Vora.
Oh, he picks it up. The blind correction for Calm. It's going to be a few kills out on grass. But now they have to gain the control of this back. Bao comes in to help Okeanos, but they get traded from different angles as Cryo is still on that lurk. Vora looking to get on a kill here. Digizine can't even get into the smoke to understand. No, he does get the diffuser, but it's going to be already to half. That's going to be the diffuse.
Okay,
100 Thieves play it slow. They play it calm, cool, and collected to find the 13 rounds on Haven to take EG's map pick away.
Well done. We talked about both teams finding tremendous success on their attack sides in the
100 Thieves.
No tech issues.
And it was a back and forth.
No more tech issues.
100 Thieves did seem like they had most of the control, right?
Yeah. I see Harbor, KO, Sova, Sova, Harbor,
It didn't seem like they had a true identity to keep putting forward in those rounds. So, dusting off the cobwebs of the first game. Let's see what happens as we get into Breeze here. We're going to reset. Get into it.
Definitely look back and forth in the first quarter of that, or first half actually of the map, if I could put it that way. But the defensive side, the proactiveness for 100 Thieves definitely paid out in their favor. And as Potter was just mentioning here with Dendriad, that you don't expect to see anything too crazy for EG on this map, but it's pretty decent. This is still evolving slightly the meta right now, where you see a Harbor being selected by both Bao and Bang, and a lot of teams now realizing how good this agent is on this denial, but also the walls for foot retakes and the redundancy of the walls for site takes as well. So we'll see how EG and 100 Thieves do their approach of this map with their new Harbor in the comp.
Excited to see if EG can start strong. Get some of these pistols, get Okeanos to the operator faster here. It could be much more pivotal with the range fights going down.
Yeah, or it might just be for Digizine, right? That was also the other thing that Potter was mentioning. We were trying to get the op as fast as we can into his hands, and he's going to be playing more of that support role in the KO. So, name of the game as well for both of these teams, as it's pretty much a mirror matchup. With the exception of Timotino and the Jet, and Digizine is on the Neon, is to make sure that the KO are able to do a lot of this util denial in terms of information of what Common Vora is going to try to do as this Sova. But if not, as soon as that plan fails, you have the ability to throw these walls, pop flash through them, and fight, where both of these teams have been really good at in terms of the flood fights. And originally, too, both of these teams opted to play out of Breeze at kickoff. A lot of these bans were on Breeze on the side of 100 Thieves. And Calm is first contact, but dropped here by Asuna.
Oh, still pushing down through the door, though. Trying to really give it to each other towards middle to see who can get the better fight down. And we're looking at a 2v3, I should say, from EG's side as they come in to get this. They don't even know about Asuna still. They're going to try to go through the doors. That angle is so precarious to check. The wall's gonna help though. And now they get themselves to safety. This is a tough one. These fights are so spread out. There's so many angles to check on the way. And yeah, we're just waiting for the Asuna, and that's when Cryo takes his time to go in. A 3K there on the Viper to start, and a smooth attack side pistol round here for 100 Thieves.
And also sometimes when you have the debate of what agents could be good on this map too, especially now that even if Sky is back, and maybe you could start seeing some Sky on this map, teams are seeing that KO could be very good for the underhand pop flashes outside of the smoke. Even Phoenix sometimes can replace the KO to play these flashes outside of the smoke.
It's one of the things I love about it is you can the pop flashes, the back turns that you're also peeking with at the same time. Everybody can swing instead of kind of wait for the bird. So I love that point from you.
Yeah, that allows 100 Thieves to fight here towards that middle side. EG was looking to crunch back at that point, but when you lose that fight towards middle, you've lost that space towards A main. 100 Thieves took full advantage of all of that. And that forces now EG on a full save and trying to go for this crunch here back towards A main. That's a nice little bandit shot out from Cryo.
And he knows he's doing more work. He's like, one push door, there's some to my right. Hold him with the snake bite. Like, just playing in the mind of his opponent still from Haven to now. A slow movement. He's still giving respect to what EG might have actually set up on the other side of the map. No reason to just run in.
I think the other thing, too, is after you've realized that your element of surprise towards A main didn't work, you stay as a death ball hoping that the opponents have planted by then. But 100 Thieves are just actually chasing down these kills to maximize the orbs.
Traded.
Okay, Bao gets one. And Superman, the last orb. And it's just going to be a plant towards A. So another round, another game where 100 Thieves is going to start kind of with the momentum that they'd like. Oh, Superman Guardian? Superman Guardian?
He got shizzed on.
Can he grab one? Takes out a Guardian. This gun's going to be a little too far away. They're like, I don't want to get shot in the head. We actually still have to play this like you can hit us.
He does have to plant for the money.
100 Thieves, grab another one.
Look at that. Oh, almost got that plan too. So they went back for the mid-fight.
I heard
Asuna gets a couple of kills. They even pivot towards the A side to give the orb to Asuna over A. He even gets a kill on top of that and almost got a plant. That would have been dangerous for EG in their rifle round against the bonus of 100 Thieves if Asuna had that pretty much ready. But you could definitely see on 100 Thieves' side, they can start defaulting at that right away. So a lot of that focus here to control the A main, deny that from the side of Digizine. And then Asuna could probably prime up the orb and the plant.
Round in sight.
Straight up over. Little lineups, if you will, but more so just getting the space that they need. Oh, Digizine denies that space. The quick trades are still coming in. This has been very fast. Every take by these teams, everybody's backing each other up here. Can't necessarily say the same just yet. The angle's there. Work. But not for EG. 100 Thieves swipe around the corner of pillar, the pyramid there, and take sight.
Pop that shit.
Yeah, very nice double jump there from Crab outside of 100 Thieves. Talk about that a little bit more, as it seems committed for the side of EG. Although, Okeanos just got pinged.
How many
That's
bolts is he
probably his
by?
life on. So I'll have to come down to Superman coming through the double doors.
Fragment. The bounce to displace. And the wall comes up for safety. Answer here for 100 Thieves to get into the site. And they clean it up again for Alive this time.
Yeah. So the first advantage that you saw there from EG, at least from the defending round, was after Asuna went back to grab the orb, there wasn't a pop flash to really throw through the first harbor wall or whatnot for the two to walk through and get a contact through the defensive smoke. So it became a
easy already in the
blood for EG side on the defense, but after that they continued to work as a group. One jumping, bringing across her, double swing into the player in the back of the site. And there you go, just being selfless in these plays to making sure that they guarantee these rounds for 100 Thieves. And through all of that chaos, Asuna now has the null command for this round, although they are the anti-eco one more time after, unfortunately, again, converting a bonus round, just like on Haven.
Love having null command of right up through mid on this. You kind of insert yourself right into the defense before using it. So they will take priority in that spot. Again, Cryo watches the back, easily holding anybody that pushes through long. And this is kind of what 100 Thieves did on Haven. Check C, check B, we're going back long A. Type beat.
The recon too towards that window of the elbow, so you're clean out top mid, you clear it onto the elbow. Now you drone to fight forward just to see where the set could be.
Oh. A little bit of Harbor Util falls through as Asuna grabs that fragment. This time. Oh, quick cleanup by Vor with the Outlaw coming through into Okeanos here. Nice positioning as the spikes just being taunted to go down. Should be able to get that money before anything, and they're going to go ahead and give that to Vora for the ultimate.
Yeah, ends up being a very good ultimate. I was saying unfortunate for EG.
30 seconds left.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, nice shot it into, and another hand on top of that.
7-0-3.
But yeah, just throwing that null command doesn't really allow EG to get util on top of the stack that we're having towards the A side, so they had the correct read. But because of how 100 Thieves are, again, making sure that they're running every single one of these steps on the protocols of how to maximize the orbs and seeing who's closest was Osno, allowing them to have a very clean 4th round.
Yeah, lights out game so far, 7-0-3, and they use it the ult on a sheriff round too. So 100 Thieves just wants to recycle, get it back. If you don't use it,
maybe
you
if
can't
I
get
have
it
the
back.
energy,
So
I
he's just
don't
looking
got
to
much
get more
to
points
do.
now with another null
I'll
command
watch
this
some
half.
pitch up on EMA games.
Take
like
flight.
a 10-hour
If they need
video.
to, the Hunter's Fury is available for them this time around too. I think. Yeah, there it is.
Right on top of Castle. Oh my god, they just instantly break the
Filters
defense. Now the
Jack got
operator
one.
becomes that much harder to use when everybody's going to be in your face too. And 100 Thieves know that. They continue to close the distance. More flashes, double peek from both sides there, and spam through the
Thank
wall.
God
The
it wasn't
comms
that.
able to trade back the Vandal spray.
Plant the
Do we
fungi
slow
snake.
down? Is there a cause for pause? Oh my gosh. Almost walking right into each other. Now,
Gets
wow.
planned, but he dies.
Spike planted.
Calm trying to make their way around the pillar here. Calm, first one to make noise as the smokes drop.
One Jet
Play
hit a
is
clip.
forced to happen, and
Jet,
did
you're
he get
so
him?
dog
Actually
shit.
solidifies the smoke as well, and the shorty's gonna come up big. It does, but Digizine gets the kill,
We
and they
dart,
hear where
right?
the op screams out from.
2 shock darts and a
Rockets
dart.
just stay patient right now.
Yeah.
You have to retake with the overdrive, a tap on the spike, the op to watch the corner.
Ooh,
You heard him yell.
Digi with the hit, finding Vora there. I said the operator was gonna make it a little more difficult, but he's a master with it. Digi gets surgical and takes the round for EG.
And you are counting your lucky stars for EG because Bao was caught in the corner on that site. If Timotino, or I think it was Timotino that went towards that front side, if he actually did get that kill, the orb would have been affected. And even online,
Lost the
which would have made
5v3.
it potentially more doable here for Vora to win the 1v1, but you see that he's forced to, he has to shoot the orb out.
3v5, I'll take it. Let's go.
Let's go,
And for
Douglas.
Digizine to just get the easy shot in the end.
Yeah. Big play. Still took a lot out of both teams there to watch everyone go down. So it's about building that economy back up, building the confidence for EG still, as the rounds are there for 100 Thieves, and they still focus a favor towards A.
We are being fairly proactive for EG. Recon Dart Calm now gets the Hunter's Fury. That should be identified now by 100 Thieves as well. Now droning out, actually maybe not too identified. They're so far back here towards that spawn.
I'm out of here.
He wants a bigger angle.
Yeah, leave it.
DG's going to be able to sit on that angle too. It might even cause some other rotations around the map. Actually see Okeanos backpedaling a bit. They have to be careful what's going on in mid though.
I don't think right now that EG should let 100 Thieves really get into the site. You see the spike on the bike of Bang.
The bike.
He gets that plant down. That's a huge ult to stall the push. Maybe all the players for 100 Thieves will be playing on site pretty much.
Why is he going
But as he
back?
repivot towards A, look at this aggressive line for Digizine. The proactiveness is once again there for EG.
Oh, I'm
the
so
double
cracked,
clap
aren't
coming
I?
through. Timotino and Vora go down. That's Timo's knives too in this round.
Gets another.
A plant could still get an ultimate on Cryo or Bang.
Nice.
You mentioned
Okay, we
Bang had
traded
it,
it.
but Asuna drops one. And they start to lose that entry into the site.
That's why
Our
Wincon
roll.
is still there. Bang is
Winnable.
still alive. They get this plant down. The smoke's available for another close, and now the ult is
Yeah.
available as well.
Creeping around, figuring out as a team where they can go to keep strong here. Nobody wants to get 1v in this situation. Trading towards spawn, now turning around
Here we go.
together. And here's what we were expecting. EG to try to come in
Nice.
hard on
He's dead,
multiple
though.
angles. Going through Com's
Oh
ultimate
my
here.
gosh,
They're
he
just gonna
creep
find him
out.
outside. Cryo's
Oh
making
my
this
gosh,
work.
Cryo.
As he finds 3 different separate fights to get Okeanos. Now, yes, Bang can do it as they're still ready to cover the spike.
That's my MF. That's my
100
MF.
Thieves just having the answer to everything here, fans.
That was a huge play by Cryo.
Insane.
Again, another one of those scenarios where 100 Thieves are disrespecting the smokes of EG, so utilizes the mid-double doors as his way to fight and in his own
How do you
gulag.
lose that round? Oh, that's insane.
You know what's funny is Tom just said, okay, 3v5. Well, 100 Thieves does the same.
Well, that's it. And the scaling back for EG is quite nice. They use their own wall with the Reckoning to scale up and recon on top of that. It clears that nobody's
hear
playing
where he's
aggressive
at.
anymore towards the pyramid on Trim side. But then because of Cryo being able to slip through and play inside that smoke, That caught a lot of players off guard there for EG.
Okay, there's timeout.
Now you're seeing that this is a litmus test actually for both of these
Yeah,
teams.
if you lose a 5v3,
again, we talked about how
their
they've
ops
avoided
just
this
getting
map
greedy,
at kickoff. And Haven was a slight opportunity here, an overhand for an advantage rather for 100 Thieves against EG because they came out with a different comp, knowing or potentially seeing that EG's playing the same thing. They know how to play against that. And now both of these teams don't really know what they would come out with on Breeze. But the litmus test that you have now is definitely in favor of 100 Thieves as they're continuing a very comfortable and confident attack side here on Breeze.
One thing they're not dealing with, which is something we expect to, but usually see from Potter and teams, is a lot of the anti-stratting, figuring out what a team does, but in a position to kind of be finding your footing before anti-stratting, and they're not getting that position because 100 Thieves is running through everything.
Well, they also never played the map as well, so trying to go find VODs on them and trying to come up with the next, exactly, to find those tendencies is not going to be non-existent, which is why, again, the litmus test is the practice that you put into, okay, this is how we want to work our fundamentals and our foundation around this composition. And unfortunately, it's not working out for them yet, so they have to patch and fix as they go. Call it out this timeout for EG. This will have to be for the next round. There's no shenanigans of trying to do trap plays around ultimates for the side of the defense.
Did you not pick up op?
It'll have to be, how do we activate Digizine? How do we put him in a good position for the op? He did so, he got 2 kills, but then how do we hold our team play that was so good on Haven that it's a little bit separate this time around? And I think it's due to the nature of this map being a little bit more bigger and wide open. It seems as though they're thinned out trying to watch their own lines, and they're getting punished by the death balls from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, it's 100 Thieves kind of almost were locked into the fact that, oh, Digi opt, there's probably nobody super close to him to protect since he'd be there alone, and just rushing forward caught him off guard. So it's still the little things that 100 Thieves are thinking about in the moment. It makes them so snappy. And now they're going to head back towards the right side. No snap judgment here. They've taken over a minute in the round, actually a minute in the round to find this. They are going to just util it in. Walk it in with the fundamentals. Easy sight, easy scans. This one is a little weird. Trying to be close with the outlaw is the punish there. But they are pretty sure they'll take this round over the low buy of Evil Geniuses here. 100 Thieves setting up. Should be good to clean up the rest of these kills.
Yeah.
One beautiful little pop flash Mokianos. Can the guns get picked up though? Just out of reach is the problem, and Cryo is there ready to squash the hopes and dreams of this round.
Moving forward right now for EG, if they're trying to play Bao pretty much on an island on this crab side, the right side pyramid, especially if he's playing this harbor, not only is he able to do the first wave stall, but I'd love to see me maybe throw the similar style as like a bolster early smoke Astra right in front of that site and utilize the cove to really try to defend if he's trying to play for his one on that side. Because if not, he's just storm surging. It maybe stuns one, but there's always players behind to trade out for 100 Thieves and to support, where it doesn't really give yourself a winning condition or a winning chance or fighting chance. You gotta use the kit to your availability here, what you have about.
Oh, he's selling, he's selling.
Trying to do something for EG here at the beginning of the round. Takes more damage than he wanted to in that situation.
Finally, you pop the jet knife.
But he does pause 100 Thieves from their initial strat. They may just run the same thing, but it'll take a moment now.
Peeking a corner, no.
EG feels a little more comfortable with that at least. Sure. They're gonna go for elbow this time. They don't want to stop. Oh, he's trying to keep something active right now. I think that's a good call.
Yeah, the read right now to control middle.
I can't read.
Which is not too bad. Maybe try to go for the backstep in the end if you're thinking that Cryo's going to use his ult towards the B site, but it is about to be a family photo when this wall comes down, and good timing for EG. Escapes out just in time.
They all turn, actually playing.
What's with this webcam? It's lagging. What is the ref in the back doing?
Real quick, Timo actually eats that one too, so nobody really gets a play out of tunnel.
That's a huge stall from the snakebite, though.
Yeah, nice, what an interesting spot to be in here. 30 seconds left and no real committal. Back down mid, and they do catch Bao trying to rotate out of doors. the timing 100 Thieves have to swap back and forth here.
I think my driver
It's going to have to be a miraculous shot. He's given all the util in the kitchen sink. Digi doesn't really have a safe spot to stand at the moment. Ultimate's going to come out of that. Timotino cuts him down.
Get shizzed on Neon.
Minimal, actually, it's a fragment that does minimal damage too. Trying to delay as much as they can, but Superman's trying to move in with Oki.
Looking at doors, it's an instant 1-2 from either side of the pillars there. A 7-1 now for 100 Thieves as they are just skating through Breeze.
Yeah. It's just an unfortunate day for Bao as many times he's getting caught out of position here. That huge one. Again, remember what stalled the initial push from 100 Thieves.
That's it. That's the meta right there. Get shizzed on Neon.
So any extra layers of utility you're trying to flood into the site doesn't work in that favor. So of course you're going to try to pivot into a different spot.
EG, so the reason he lost.
So he catches him out in the open, and that gives no chance for Digizine to really hold and anchor up the A side.
I don't think I'll pause.
1 versus 4 pretty much. 100 Thieves flooding in. They break into the site, steal it. Now it's 7-1.
Yeah. Ping on Timotino at the door there. That came from Bao as he was just hooked up to the lift, and he still gets a kill. I mean, you go for the fight, obviously, but he's going to be ready for that every time.
Yeah.
And they have so much economy here to be taking those kind of confident or even not in their advantage plays.
Definitely a different opponent this time around, too, that Digizine has to face off against in terms of scope to scope. It's Timotino that, again, we've mentioned when it's not playing the whaling. Prominent player as a Jet and Neon in Challengers.
They lose one, and now Giannis is going to take it upon himself. He gets hit with the 0 point, the knife from KO, and they know he's back sight. Guardian damage. He can try to do it, but Cryo's going to shut him down after one. A plant here from the 10-1 and 9 Austin. Null command's going to be up for them as well. A lot of things working in 100 Thieves' favor here to keep these rounds consecutive. And Bao, not really waiting too much for the other player to come through. And it's just going to be the 1v1 fights here.
He gets one out in the open on a 2 versus 1. Calm, though.
Yeah.
He's making it doable.
Can he repair it? Calm versus Timotino, and Calm is able to step up to the occasion. A beautiful job there and a very much needed round for Evil Geniuses.
They are scrambling for these rounds for EG. The only 2 rounds that they've gone has not been clean. I think the first one when Calm talked about the 3v5 was not necessarily on Okeanos' out of position, but just a util is really good for the side of 100 Thieves to not allow for these B anchors to get any value.
And a Red Bull clutch need be what EG needs to start the confidence, to get back in this one, and it comes from the leader, right? So maybe that trickles down a little bit here, that's going to start getting the team energized.
Going back to the rifle round for Timotino to utilize him as a tip of the spear, a 3-2 split towards this A site. Can't be a contact play, but the judge hoping to hold his ground.
Boom, boom. Unloading. Bao gets 2 great kills. Really the first time 100 Thieves has been met at the front door with a little bit of trouble. And they still find kills of their own here.
The good news, at least, is that they have spike control for EG, despite they just getting punished on that side. They even put the pit down to guarantee it. Hoping to guarantee it, but Cryo has his own.
They can throw a snake bite in there. Just towards the doors, deny that, fight who's ever within this side of the doorway. They don't even choose to do that. Oh, pits on pits. It's a jungle. All right, let's see. Who's more stinky in this situation? Cryo or Superman? Oh, Okeanos down to 1 HP, limping around. If he stubs his toe, he's done so. Okeanos, how? Someone gets a kill? Yeah, there it is. He hit his elbow.
Choosing his moment to get the snake bite down while the people are dwindling down in HP to cover that spike, that's huge.
Yeah.
He'll lose a spike, and then the reposition of Calm is really good, though.
Slowly waiting. Everything that a backstab is about, and of course it's going to come from Calm. Another round grabbed by the IGL. And EG doing a great job there of just closing in a lot faster, a lot quicker in their reaction in these last few rounds.
Yeah, Bao finding a moment of redemption with his judge. Able to hold down for 2 kills inside the double doors. Really helps out on the side of EG. They didn't really go for that type of
Good play, Bao. Good play.
Number control into the mid. It was just, all right, well, we get a judge. That's good enough for us.
The operator's out. Is it the factor they need, though? quick plays. They go for all the pop flashes to get themselves in the lobby. Timo keeps getting hit by these. Timing is slightly off. And Austin is, however, still going to pick up a fragment there just on the right side. They called it. Somebody was close. Cruising through.
Yeah, wall to wall from defense to attack. And this time it's 100 Thieves that overtake A. And that's the number of players we're talking about. The redundancy of walls to really take sites now with this type of composition of a Harbor Viper, sorry. I was going to call it a hyper for that combination.
Put them together.
We lose 2 rounds in a row.
Cryo compound kills. No, Superman trades it back. And they're going to have to worry about the backside now. It means EG's defense
last guy was extremely
has to slowly happen. Bao eats a shorty. And it's just too tough. They want to get this operator out of here, actually. Extraction mission. Oh, it's not going to work. Yeah, take it down. The big buy falls to the floor. And Superman looks for the far kill. We'll be able to trade one. Gets a little bit of armor off. But he gets taken down as well. 100 Thieves just picking and choosing what they want to do at the end of these rounds, as EG has no way back in to answer.
Armor versus life, you'll take it any day here for 100 Thieves, and also breaking the econ on top of that when you can't see the off. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. As much as you're talking about the flashes that affects Timotino,
they're still gaining the space.
Exactly.
This one was
Oki couldn't do anything in that position, got pinged out, got mollied out.
Yeah.
That's good boy.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm a good boy.
Okay.
Is it Pros Pets? Is it the segment again?
Pros Pets. Holy. All right. Spike's going to get picked up at Cannon. Wasn't even down for that long. Just a quick peek to see if EG would explode out of their defensive positions on this round, and the answer is no. More set up towards the B side, though.
Yeah, but the comms out of question for right now to support with the Hunter's Fury to help out those 3 players here on this B site. But you do talk about power of numbers, at least for EG. They have the right numbers now, but not the weapons.
Turn.
Nice jet.
Anti-flash means not seeing your opponent as well. And 100 Thieves get a few. They're actually losing more than I expected on the initial take. Stinger is in a Spectre, a Stinger and a Spectre to come back in. So they have to close the distance as much as possible. That wall going down. Bao still makes his own angles, though. Gives a little help to Calm if he can get hit inside that other smoke.
You can start scaling back too. Storm Surge hearing no pings inside the smoke. They could be a little bit more proactive to retake now for the last 2 players of EG.
Asano, the only one with util left in this round. Puts out the last 2 bits.
Unloading.
Yeah. Why not? Use it if you got it last round here of the first half, and the kills start to come through as Calm plays a bit of hopscotch with Asana, but he is not worried. 9-3 here as 100 Thieves seem still very much in control.
Yeah. Right now, though, this is still an opportunity for EG to do similar things on the second half, because they could be as oppressive with a very similar composition. But 100 Thieves definitely did a good job of stalling, waiting, and going for site hits as a team. I think is going to be the name of the game.
Will it be a breeze for Evil Geniuses when we come back? Don't go anywhere to find out.
Sorry, that was halftime. I thought it was second time out. What the fudge was happening?
Free stuff that. Oh, he's having a go out with us here every weekend. Then we got the stages going at BCT Americas. Man, we're gonna see if EG can come back here. If you haven't been joining us, 100 Thieves has really had control of the first map and this second map. You can see that in the top left of your screen that Haven went 13-8 to 100 Thieves, and now the 9-3. EG's trying to come back from here as they get on the attack side.
Big name of the game is 100 Thieves on their attack side is breaking ankles and catching opponents off the rotate. EG often, as it happens, on these rotates on the defense, but now it's the pop flash out.
Oh my god.
Big swing on the outside as well.
Shots into Oki and Digi flying through. They get out. Seeing from the top side, Digizine is just trying to be a rat right now. And yeah, they're going to find him. Both of them go and spawn. And they have to wonder if he made it through already. I love this kind of uncertainty he's creating.
Yeah, Laura doesn't want to overextend too. He's down at 51 HP. A Bennett could do some good damage with body shots. That's an easy one for Calm too. So I think this is beautiful for EG for the pistol.
Such a weird round in a good way. To have everybody in these certain positions, but in the right position.
And that's the thing. You're winning player advantage. You're forced now to defense to try to re-clear spaces to find where their hit could be. So you're playing off angles, and that's how you get these backstabs. So a great answer back and a great start into the pistol. Although EG has been struggling a bit here to play their anti-ecos.
Yeah.
Cross that bridge once we get there, because there's still one left alive, and finally Digizine picking up 2 there, and Calm with a plant and 2 kills is huge.
And that was a very evil genius kind of round. This is, you know, what we expect them to do, play the map a little bit more and be a bit cheeky with some of these. How did he get there?
Shot down.
One enemy remaining.
And nice cleanup all around. It wasn't a round where they felt like they had to push forward. They didn't have to do anything else. Plant, sit back, let them come to you.
Exactly. 100 Thieves definitely did the first step going into that one. Asking you shall receive.
Yeah.
Lots of people on the crossfire to trade off, and they have to ask me in for info and to get started from it. So the anti-eco, didn't really see how it's been a little bit of a pain now for EG, so a snake bite to confirm now. At least try to stall rather than confirm. Now it's confirmed as you pick up the orb on the defensive side with Asuna. So that will now allow EG to tempo up here towards this B site.
Should be grabbing too much in that situation. Insight, everybody's pretty healthy here on the side of EG, but we're gonna watch the Sheriff, Timotino, and everybody come back in. The 2-1-2, they're actually split really well to get the distractions in and find some timing fights here. Looks like EG is also trying to get open on those angles too and not let the fight come to them.
Yeah, they heard the Sheriff and a Classic, so
yeah.
2 players on the flank confirmed. The other 2 trying to sneak in here from Tunnel and Arches.
Wall goes up, flash delay, util delay.
Oh, shit.
That's going to be a Classic to a Guardian, and Bang takes down Bao. Slight increase into the site here. They're just encroaching a little bit further, and this defuse is going down.
Oh my gosh, we got it.
What the hell? 100 Thieves! Get the thrifty!
GG.
And the Guardian that was left down there also capitalized by 3 insane shots from Timotino inside that pit. Guardian inside the cove. Nice way for them to gain the space. And how does Bang win a pistol against that Guardian?
Jeez. The quick thoughts, the snappy judgment there coming in from 100 Thieves to just swarm the spike.
That's gonna hurt them.
Mental, play style. You feel like you're in control? Yeah, Digizine still does. He gets in. It's gonna be a Vandal buy this round. He says, whatever, going for it. Doesn't matter that we just got taken for a round.
He's definitely on top of the scoreboard here for Digizine. For EG.
Yeah. That's
pretty much the only one trying to make a difference right now. Thankfully, at least it's not one of the rifles that's purchased in this round for EG that was lost. Nice little swing back from Okeanos from the overcommitment of Timotino.
Yeah.
The advantage is actually back for EG to really get into the site.
They wall, get the site, pick up that weapon. They know they don't have to move right away. They have gotten a little space out of Digizine to see if he can get the extra movement. And then they'll follow up on him to get him more space. Asuna just playing around the pillars so well. Almost going to find another fight, but the wall closes it off, and it's just delaying EG to feel comfortable in this situation. Digizine doing more, finding Asuna now. It is slow and arduous for EG to even take this site.
30 seconds left.
Bang answers again, finds the second one from the round. His first was Calm here. Somehow he's still the one in the fight with all of this action happening as EG's trying to make a desperate final move around the backside. And Bang is within arm's reach for the final kill after Cryo starts off on Digizine. So patient, and everybody with just within inches of each other the whole time.
The tech is wrong right now for EG.
Yeah.
I think, yes, initially, once they get all these picks, it was perfect. You tap for the spike, you overcommit on the right side with the spike alone, and it's dropped. So that gives a chance now for 100 Thieves to flood back in the site. But here, the 2 versus 2 in the end. You have 0 information for 100 Thieves of where EG could be. As they double back towards the left side, there's actually a chance.
I didn't realize what wall we threw.
There's also a chance for them to go for the backstab. but you throw a smoke instead to get the tell that you're still re-executing into the site. And it just gets 100 Thieves ready when, again, they disrespect the smoke.
That's one of the things, right? The 100 Thieves has been able to do to the smokes is disrespect. We saw them sliding through the smoke to get calm at Long A of Haven, a few other ones where they're just pushing through short. And here, the aggression that they're playing with is just a different level. One of the things 100 Thieves was mentioning in their podcast was in uppers, they were concerned about fast-paced instances being cluttered with comms that either were late or not on time. And it does not seem like they're having those instances here because they're creating the fast-paced moments and they're able to slow things down. In either instance, the comms seem to be great for 100 Thieves.
Exactly, you have the comp for it, right? If you want to start activating Timotino, call that flash, get him active. If not, you want to stall things for a bit, you want to slow things down, they have Bang now on his harbor. And you see how instantly it cuts the noise from both sides of the walls because nobody wants to give the tell of how you're playing these scenarios with these walls. It's almost playing Cosmic Divines against Astros on both sides, except you can't really Thunderfoot across, but you still have a big element of surprise with the amount of these walls, which is why, just as you heard in the replay, Asuna had a hard time figuring out whose wall was whose.
Wrap it up, boys.
Still trying to make plays. Digizine just solo up elbow instantly. And that's going to be a Guardian there. It was a Vandal last time. So yeah, he's kind of off the leash right now, but still with the knowledge of the team, if he does need help, they can get to him.
And that's a great start. We were talking about how you want to try to waste out the util from the Silva early. They make noise on that side of tunnel. They force it out early, and now they can work that map a little bit more. Force in the hands of those pushing forward.
Great trade. I say trade, great kill for Bao. Still trying to fight this. A lot of the times they continue to fight for mid, knowing there's going to be a bit more to gain from this situation. Superman just misses the back as Bang swings around for a really nice kill there. They're still going to trade through mid. Like I said, doors just get volatile here between 100 Thieves and Evil Geniuses. Calm could make it through door. The unknown is really out to that left side. Oh, a tough call as he goes for the res. The wall goes down, and he cannot get Okeanos up. 100 Thieves bring it to match point on Breeze.
It's just so unfortunate, too, for EG. They get a couple of first good fights into the double doors, and when Superman finds that timing, he couldn't really connect to the kill because he's forced to play a Guardian because of 100 Thieves getting full control of the Econ in the second half. EG was thrifty, so they have no choice but to try to force every single round. That results into half shields, that results into Guardians all the time. No real weapons for your star duelist. And the Outlaw is going to be very good for Timotino this round.
D in again, trying to make moments happen. Superman falls, but it's traded. The numbers are even, and EG needs more, it seems, just to be able to get this round to stay in the game. Timo's not going to make that a possibility, at least for now, as Calm falls. The Hunter's Fury will not be available for the round. Great save, great reset on the play with the Cloudburst coming out, and he makes it tough for Okeanos and Digizine here to feel comfortable in the A lobby protection. The peek. Oh, he gets it through the wall. You got to be kidding me, Timotino. Showing us some different things here. And now it's just from every angle. It's like EG doesn't know who to help, where to cover, and what to do as 100 Thieves clean it up. 2 maps to none. They'll take Breeze, and they'll take the series.
In convincing fashion, on top of that in that second map. A new look for 100 Thieves on Breeze as well, and a new look on Haven. Figuring out, again, their own meta, their own identity, and they make it work against a team like EG who tried their own on Breeze, but there was definitely some things to work on there after you see that second map. Especially in the last round, there seems to be miscomms on how you want to help each other, just as you mentioned. You had 2 guys fighting towards that main. They throw the Reckoning towards mid doors. One stays, the other one goes to support, but the other one's still watching Spike. That's going to have to be re-looked at for sure from round to round, but let's focus now on that positive, how good 100 Thieves has been looking, right? A team that almost made it, had to face off against Energy into the lower brackets of kickoff, was knocked out of their opportunities to make it to Santiago, but I think with that small break in between, after...
They've lacked structure.
All right, folks, let's go ahead and bring out your teams. Here's Envy and Loud.
Let's go. I'm on Envy.
Riot Games Arena, they're back and stronger than ever. Let's hear it for Envy!
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
Envy being led by the two veterans, as a matter of fact. You got Keznit and Demon One being the first ones to make their way out here, and you're really going to be looking at those two guys to have massive output today, but let's not forget the rest of the lineup there as well. I mean, Athena, right? All eyes are on Eggster. What is this guy going to play? We don't know, but we're excited to find out.
It's definitely a secret that I want to find out because I think Envy, they have this chance to be extremely creative. They've had to pug it out and play as a team to even get to this stage. And now that they have not that much to lose, maybe they're able to bring something super insane to the table.
E agora os seus oponentes, faz barulho e faz o L pra Loud!
And of course, you have Loud, one of the most prolific organizations in Brazil, a world championship organization as well. But this version of Loud is very, very different, and they are looking to climb that mountain that was once climbed by their compatriots in the past. Question is, does it start here and now at stage one? They have a lot of talent, but the problem is those pesky visa issues are throwing them off for a loop, and they're having to play with a sub today.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for Loud to walk into here. But I think both these teams, they come into this in similar standing. They both had problems in kickoff. They both didn't perform to expectation. But both of them have some really strong talent, strong individuals. And I have to see with changes to the meta, with significant time off, if they can adapt and find their identity. I think that's especially true for Envy. And if you look at this game in the grand scheme of stage one, I think the team that loses this is all but guaranteed to miss playoffs. It gets all the harder from here. And for both these teams that are in this kind of middle-low expectation area of their group, a loss to another opponent in that area, I think makes it so tough to make playoffs.
Great point there. Of course, you saw the massive come out there. Emily, what do you think of what we have so far?
Bro, okay, they're not winning. What the fudge are they doing?
You guys can pick it. You guys can play it.
It's available, guys.
It's available. No, but I'm actually excited to be seeing a Lotus for both of these teams.
I'm
curious to see how Envy will kind of approach it, because before, they prioed Abyss. They loved going for those straight-up execs. Here, they have to play a little bit more conditioning. They have to play a little bit more into that push and pull, and I'm also curious to see how Loud will kind of react to that.
You know what? I'm super excited to see how Loud play when they're starting on that attack side too, because we talked a lot about Luxio, about his chamber, about his operator, about his Senti, just in general. And what map is best for lurking if not Lotus? You need to be able to get those picks. You need to have some sort of map control while the rest of your team is grouped up on the other side. And I think who better to do it than Luxio? And I mean, this guy, arguably one of the top 3 mechanical aimers, I think, in Americas, and he's going to be playing phenomenally.
One struggle, though, is with how strong Neon is right now and the nerfs to other agents. I think it's disincentivizing teams to want to play Chamber because this Vice is so strong on this map. If you want a solution to anchoring C, right now she's looking like the best option. Here's the agent select, and it's a different Sentinel for Demon One. He's heading towards the Veto as Keznit picks up the Neon, and it's a roll swap to Smokes for our Yoru One trick.
I mean, when we were speaking about Cryo before, you were talking about how you really like that for him because he was able to take a bunch of fights. Do you feel a similar way about Demon One on the Veto?
Oh yeah, get him the off ASAP, let him enter C. He has a lot of agency on this character.
Yeah, that's a perfect situation for him. Looking on the other side, you're going to have Verdi rocking that Raze here coming into this one, and that Vice, which could be a problem for the Neon.
Yeah, the Vice is really annoying to play against. You have to bait out that wall a lot if you want to do anything on that defensive side, but I think it's going to be super interesting, especially with Luxio on the Viper.
It's going to be an exciting one without a doubt, friends. Let's go ahead and dive into our second matchup of the day. It's been a long one. Envy, Loud, here are your casters, Bren and Sideshow.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, excited for this one, to be honest, because this is a battle between two teams where the expectations are kind of up in the air a little bit. We've already got a sneak peek. Eggster By the way, in case you didn't know, this guy's played 200 games of Euro over the course of his career. How many times has he not played Euro? 7. Make it 8 now with this pick onto the Omen. There's all sorts of difficulties that are going to be running into, but the same goes for the other side of the stage as well, which the desk is already set up, because Loud not playing with the IGL that they brought in after having a disappointing kickoff. They're having to play with their assistant coach due to some visa issues. It is tumultuous for both of these squads, and they're going to have to find a way through it to get a win here early and here and now. And guess what? It's time for the match start, presented by Samson OLED. So let's get straight back into it.
My eyes are definitely going to be on eggster. I mean, the last Yoru has fallen.
Yeah. What does that say about it? A recession indicator, perhaps?
I think so.
Yeah.
97% Yoru pick rate. Truly the greatest one trick of our time.
And he's on Omen.
And he's now playing Omen.
Yep.
So if you thought the patch was survivable for these Yoru players, nah.
Not the case.
Not going to happen.
We'll see how this one gets started. Off the rip, this is rapid by Kesnit. He's raring to go.
He's just destroyed them. Single-handedly, by the way. He had no backup over towards Mound.
Just a single one-way smoke.
No one to break his haunt. He does it himself.
Pop in. I get a bit of wall of her because it's been a bit of a walk-up and Loud. Really just trying to bide their time and wait for the right chance to pounce. Still,
They
slow going.
They definitely thought Loud were going to run a B pistol. They had everything stacked there.
Open for the taking onto the A site. Only 3 players, though, have to stand up against this.
Paranoia and a slide.
We'll see what they can do. Waiting for now, but now getting him. Oh my God! That is clean with the movement. Okay. Glides across the screen. Batty is no more. Dark is going to be next, and it's just up to Luke Show at this point. Phenomenal player, but there's only so much that he can do in the face of Kesnit when he's playing like this. It's Envy. A rapid beginning here with a pistol round.
You look at this Envy squad on paper, and I think there are so many players that can actually just take over and win you a game. And Kesnit has got to be... I would say top of the list, but I actually think a lot of the times you might be looking at Demon 1 even more so. But I think in this meta, if Kesnit is playing the Neon, I think Kesnit's the guy to watch for. Because he also plays in a way that's very limit testing.
Sure.
And if he's playing against a squad like Loud, who, you know, they're not playing with the full squad at the moment, they're playing with their assistant coach in, IGL in, it's been a rocky... Honestly, it's been a rocky year and a half for Loud, hasn't it?
I mean, since 2025, Loud have only won 3 games.
Which is a criminal stat as well, because Loud have come so close to winning games during that period.
They're like insane
and yet,
users there.
yeah, they really have known the highest and the lowest points of VCT as an organization.
Exactly so. I mean, 2 of those wins as well. I
Not
don't want to keep
Go on, hop on it.
into the wound.
No, go on, go on.
It was just at the beginning of kickoff in 2025.
Right.
So...
Right. So since then they've won 1.
Discounting that, it's just one win, essentially, in almost a year.
Yeah.
Over a year.
It's
tough. It's tough.
Well, we are not EG.
You look at this game as well,
Convergence.
and we sometimes talk about how these opening round robin games, you don't know what to think of them, but I think this one's fairly clear cut, and I agree with the desk. The loser of this game is going to be in a nightmarish spot for making playoffs. So it cannot be another loss on the board for Loud if they want to do something in this stage.
Having some form of impact. Early days yet in the series. We don't want to be all doom and gloom just yet.
No, but it sets up the tension that's inherent in this match, even when Loud are not playing at full strength.
Yeah.
Because both teams desperately need this win. The same could absolutely be said for Envy. If Envy lose here against a Loud that isn't at full strength, yeah, their chances of making playoffs are essentially cooked too. And that's a ridiculous thing to be saying week 1. But then when you look at the other teams that are in their
group, it's monstrous.
G2, MIBR, and then they've also got Leviathan and Cloud9, who you never know.
You never know, but still, it's at least what we've seen so far in kickoff.
Yeah.
Bit of a tier gap, so... We'll see, though. This looks like a bit of a brawl now occurring. He's double TP. Yeah, Buddy. Put his body on the line here as well, trying to set the pace for the rest of the squad.
I want to see some TikTok Omen from eggster as well.
Span through the walls, his bullets whistling past him.
So how did the old bracket work? Because it was one of these.
For them, but they're just going to be vacating.
Here's one finals.
No, he's pushed back the defenders and left an insert here with Luke Show. So this is a nice way to let your star player shine. Luke Show is absolutely the biggest win condition for Loud. We've seen that even in their losses, that he can drop astonishingly high numbers.
He's doing a lot here. Puffing up the feathers, really, just posturing like there's many more players over towards A by breaking the prowl, opening the door.
But here's where the veto trip is going to give Envy information. They have to go through it, and then Rossi can always throw the snake bite.
There it is. Preemptive now, just trying to shut them out before they can get forwards into this choke point, and yeah, they're being whittled down. Show still getting involved on the other side of the map. That was towards that A angle with eggster. Drop the plan. Might be able to go down here. Comes in with a full stick. Able to push it back, but now that retake is fully on the way, and you can't hit with a transfer. That's Verdi all day long. Lights them up, the feed is filled. Entirely in red here for Loud. That's a good win. Knocks down that bonus that was potential always there for Envy.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was an impossible retake. Verti comes up huge with a triple kill. Here's Luke Show, the star player on the flank. Really nice snapback over towards Poppin and Rossi. Very clean. If you get big performances out of Verti, that could be a game changer for Loud.
Who is that guy?
He is a great player. We've seen it, but I think Loud have really struggled to activate the skill that they have on their roster.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We have two players that's positive.
Maybe that's where Batik can help.
Yeah, possibly. New voice, but the horn not going to be broken. Luke Show, he's lit up, highlighted, easy pick into the rest of the Envy score when they crunch that A rubble area. Now looking towards B.
What a shot.
As that wall goes down, it's an instinctual bit of spam, but ready onto the return of that trade. Kawazin is there. Now looks like B site is theirs for the taking, but Rossi lurking, waiting in the wings, hunting for an opportunity to strike where it hurts. But that paranoia supplementing it all. Oh my, does it hurt. Envy are rapid on the retake.
They look like they've got some really good game plans here, Envy, for how they want to apply pressure. You know, they're letting Loud into B, and they even let them into A on the pistol, but they've got some very clear game plans of how they want to flood, how they want to retake,
What are we talking
and
about?
the timings that they do with it.
Yeah.
Now this,
it's fast going.
I don't think this is just disrespect.
They're talking. They're using it as an impromptu tech, not tech pause. We're not going to go
like
there.
a tactical pause.
They are lost.
You don't see many teams
They're
doing
so
that.
lost,
No, you
bro.
don't.
Okay. I mean, I'm hoping that we don't have a tech pause afterwards. I hope that was just a tactical pause there being used.
Could have been maxing.
Eggster getting on top of rubble. The value from the omen. Maybe he only plays teleport agents.
That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking, well, close a similarity.
Or maybe he's going to follow in the roots of like a TENS where he plays
Get the
the blue
vibes going,
characters.
get the vibes going.
See him picking up the KO
The
on
shirts
Pearl.
off though. The shirts off.
Never know. Might still be a pick.
Could be. Scrappy buy from Loud is being forced together.
Yeah, that's a weird buy.
30 with a bucky. Deep smoke layered down. There's plenty more opposition though waiting on the other side of things here. Envy. They're waiting for it, but we'll see what Loud's got up their sleeves.
Abre junto. 3, 2, 1. Só juntar. Só juntar, só juntar. Não pode. Pode puxar do B, tá cuidando. Só vem. Pode. Easter vai parar então. Sim, vai parar e fez já tava na B. É só juntar aí. Vamos pela porta? Bora. Eu tenho o lobo e o Cis depois. Manda ali, liga o gol quando a gente toca o pote. Abrindo, 2, descendo. Nice try, guys. Eu tenho que jogar mais defensivo, cara.
I don't understand English. No, I mean
It's that
Spanish.
proactivity there from Envy that hits Loud like a truck. I think they were expecting to be able to get that area of the map fairly for free.
I think they should
Envy
just
have just
committed
had a
to C,
massive
no?
brawl over
Well, you
Mount.
get 2 picks.
There's only 2 players left alive. You'd expected them to be either spread or looking to, I don't know, tuck
It's the
somewhere,
most
and instead
insane
they're just hunting for a fight at rubble.
It's the pace that's taking them off, isn't it? Off guard.
Yeah.
Envy themselves, they are running away with it so far. It's calling for the tag time out here. Needs some interjection on the side of Loud. They
So
need
is
to,
there no one in the
find
back?
a way around it here. You could even
Why don't they just put me back there?
play a bit slower, I think, as well. Make Envy overextend themselves. If they're going to be over-rotating to find the noise.
Oh, there's this dude.
The thing is, though, I don't think
Is
Envy
this
are
the dude who's
necessarily
like, you're not
over-rotating
coming?
because they also played for either a flood or a set
He has
reshow.
no idea what he's doing.
Strange.
He's like, what is
Loud
this in
coach
front
there,
of me?
almost acting as if he wasn't able to hear the team, but it seems like they've got clued in now. And
Who
Barty's,
is this guy?
remember, the
If
assistant
this
coach,
coach
and he's
playing, who's that
literally
in the back?
the squad here with them. So this may be more just an opportunity to take some time, take a breather, and discuss what's going on, rather than get the full brain trust involved. But yeah, I think it is difficult to deal with what Envy are currently throwing at you because there's a mix of tempos, right? In that round, they decided to try to teamfight them pretty heavily over towards Mount. But if Envy don't get that early engage, they're actually pretty happy to drop back and play for the Floods and play for the retakes, like I was saying. And as long as eggster hasn't used his paranoia,
Envy
as long
look
as
really good.
Kesnit has still got a slide or a stun left, those retakes are going to have a little bit to work with.
Yeah.
I think bleeding utility out of them early could be very helpful for Loud. Try to engage without getting drawn into a massive team fight. It's a tough start, though.
It is a tough beginning for a squad that really needs to put the best foot forwards.
I think fake pressure to let Luke Show lurk is, like, I would call that the bread and butter of how Loud would want to play this map.
Yeah, leading into his talent. Here we go. Beginning to the round, occurring. Loud.
You haven't really done much.
Too much in terms of weaponry to work with.
You are a sentinel, so
they're going to be a bit scattered at the beginning. They've got a lot of space over towards A, though. You're talking about those Luke Show lurks.
Yeah, it's a big swap up in terms of the defensive setup, and Poppin just has to fall back here.
Look at the proactivity again.
He's supposed to be gathering information,
That's
and he does right inside the smoke.
He's just squaring up to them inside the smoke. Meanwhile, his team was pushing B main. They've since gone back away from that, looking to see if they can fight with the door popped wide open. Kesnit's getting these open sight lines. Verdi slipped the net for now, but is he going to be much liver longer? Hold on, Bandit in hand. And I mean, listen, living and dying right by it. Envy, they are so hungry to make a statement here. As soon as there's signs of life on the map, they are swarming it like piranhas, man.
Yeah, I thought that round was going to be an A retake, where Poppin just grabs a little bit of information, maybe throws a Prowler into the smoke, and then if he catches contact, he goes backwards. That's how I would expect them to be playing it. Instead, no, walks into the smoke, and then the B players come and, have a big brawl instead.
I mean, listen, living and dying.
Well, Loud are going to have rifles back, but Couch not particularly happy about it.
There you go.
All right.
Now listen. I hear the crowd.
His keyboard's tilted like this.
Listen, surely this will be a quick one. Surely, right? I'm not cursing things.
Well, you know, the EG 100 Thieves game went by so fast, we were just thinking, let's add a little bit of time in here.
And plenty of ults where that came from for Loud.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting, even just the piece that we just heard from Poppin, actually, his little interview where he's saying that they learned how to manage things during kickoff. Oh, Kesnit has fallen instantly. Just a spam from Luke Show over towards A main. That's going to help Loud get back in forward.
Yeah, they want to be eager for this one, but they are disjointed at best here. And they want to really trade it out and not enough bullets for the job at hand. Luke Show, there's a lot there. Push back the horde that was approaching him. A lot of util as well going to be expended. Rossi's overstaying perhaps here. Oh no,
he's fine.
Could be overextending. Wants to gear up and take that fight. He's going to be punished as a result of it. Demon and eggster left to pick up the pieces in a position like this. It's a plan for backside. Loud already know what to do.
Yeah, it's a nice reaction from them. I think at this point it's about trying to convert this 4v2 without using too many of these ultimates.
Yeah. Bit of a jiggle. One way to get them in as well. Crosses up onto the angle, but Loud fully ready for this one. High lows in the appropriate angles. Bit of a fake TP. Sees, though, is going to be stunting it for now. And he's still looking and willing to make a go at things here. They got money to spend, money to burn.
Nice shots, though.
Almost there with a spray control. Kawazine dropped down to 6 HP, but a round win for Loud. Necessary one of that.
Yeah, and relying on Luke Show to get something big on the board over towards A. Loud get to keep all 5 of their ultimates, so they could actually get some kind of comeback going here. A snowball potential. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Scenic shot.
It's good to see. We're keeping in touch with what eggster's up to on the moment.
No, live check-in.
Kesnit's pulled out the operator. Maybe looking to get it posted on a bit more of an aggressive line, but you've got to be worried about that Viper wall in your face.
Yeah.
And for Demon 1, I think a great opportunity to pop the evolution and stop some of the Loud ults.
Kesnit's waiting here. Looking for those signs of life and just misses the shot. Takes a bullet to the dome.
Swing.
Lucky to be alive there. Went through the wall. Same by the
Get ready to ult.
Slow and steady for Loud, though. They're going to be looking to show a bit more of a disciplined round.
Demon 1,
somebody util.
Demon 1 is begging for them to go into him with these ults.
Hey,
he can pop the evolution and just rely on his nutty aim.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh! He more than makes up for it from Briar. It's 2 players down in the blink of an eye. Following up as well from that Envy to 1-2 punch. Demon
Why
1 on a
crazy.
perch alongside Rossi.
They look
And it
so
genuinely
good.
is flawless
I know it's
so
loud
far. I
with
mean,
a
Envy,
sub, but still.
they are gunning for them. Wherever there's signs of life, whereas there's, I mean, sound cues, whatever, they just want to chase it.
Yeah, Loud doing the no ult challenge in this game, though. Why is the double swing with no progression
Satchels,
swing
yeah, what the fuck
or
are you
util
doing?
the way to begin the C exec?
Good question.
It's a really strange way of doing that. And now you've got the next round, which is a must-win because you've forced up into it, where you've still got all 5 ultimates, but you've got a Bulldog and a Sheriff now. So you've just made it harder for yourself.
It's going to be brawly.
Dog sees nothing, hill.
Walls
red.
popped up, brought down again at a moment's notice. Kesnet sliding away, pulled from the action. High ground though, angle, eggster.
Spike down A.
Just pops the head of Batty. Luke Shodo is looking to maybe play off the back of that chaos. Sound cues made, but they're all going to be watching for this one. Now Wolf up, power's going to be broken. Stray shots over the shoulder. Stun connects. He's in the danger zone now. Luke Shodo in a world of hurt. Popping, hunting, seeking out the kills. Steel Garden.
Oh, good
Why
shots,
not? Will
Mike.
meet his match. Firing off
3v2.
into the back lines there. Darker.
They have to
does bring
invest Fade
down
ult here.
Eggster for now, slowing once more, calling for the contact plays, but
Or
it's
you
all
could
watched
do
for.
that.
Still Darker has got it covered.
How's he done that?
Just with the Bulldog, but he's not watching that appropriate angle. Kesnet!
Oh, you're so nice.
Still
Dude, I
here,
never heard
still
of this guy. Who is he?
alive.
Styling on Loud towards the end. Loud deciding to invest ultimates, down 4v5, again with bad weaponry.
Was the
I mean, almost made something out of it. They got it down into a 2v2 that could have been possible, but never got a plan. I think Poppin actually does a great job there of playing aggressively enough to get a kill and actually pull the showstopper towards him as well. His aggression plays in the rest of the squad, and now Loud, their economy's broken, their ult cycle's gone, and this has been a disastrous first half.
Trying to force it up now, just getting a couple of eyes in. But still, gap in the smoke. Kesnet can play around this
That's
one.
insane,
Flick of the
bro.
wrist just off that sound cue. Surely overloaded and the pressure is too much. Surely.
Oh my gosh, he
Kesnet,
gets out.
how is he
You're
getting out?
sick
Number
to
one,
your
he laid his
stomach, man.
Life on the line.
He went back for more!
To allow for it, he really did.
He's a madman.
Loud want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, don't go to C, that guy's crazy.
Yeah, this whole team's crazy.
Yeah, well, look at this. The
did they
over-angle
invest Fade
Odin
ult?
from Poppin.
Devious.
And Kesnet is just looking for more and more. They're trying to fill this B timing. Now that Demon 1's fallen, the trip is deactivated. Rossi escorting Kesnet with the op onto this position.
Smoke up. Open sideline
Nice
though
shot,
again.
man.
Slight adjustment, micro
You cannot
aim.
be on
Flick,
that
where's the
angle.
smoke up onto heaven? Not there. Kesnet was given that open angle. Pit on pit.
How does
Covering
pit
up,
on pit work?
suffocating up towards that B side.
Oh, they
This
knew
is
this
just
stuff,
brutal
yeah.
to watch. Almost unfair. Odin spam spraying away, looking to really apply that pressure. Darker. Happy to capitalize though.
30
Poppin
seconds
getting a little
left.
silly with that one.
Yeah.
This
Losing
pit
track,
is
maybe.
really good.
Staying around, another tap to see where the next layer of things are. But that's a K
I
damage.
don't
It
know
goes
what's
both
happening
ways.
here.
Kicking in. Pocket to play in to go for that plan, but Kesnet looking up and around. Making sure to see if they can put a bit of hurt onto them. What is that, Darker? We're just firing pot shots, and listen, him and Luke Show, they clean it all up.
It didn't look comfortable for the Loud players there. The pit coming out from Rossi, decaying them both down to 1 HP, and yet you saw it from Kesnet's point of view when he slid in. You couldn't see a thing.
Chaotic.
It's a major round for Loud to potentially salvage something in this half. Yeah, Darker just found the perfect pocket between the two ultimates to play from.
I don't
They
see
needed
stats,
that.
I'm sorry.
There's 2 more rounds left to play for in this half. Gets the money back online for them.
They need both. Verti attack side opping now. Just looking to control over towards C. Demon 1 and Kesnet have been playing aggressively on that side of the map.
Luke really not scared to show presence. He's breaking all this util. Essentially alone over towards A. He's got no backup.
He's pulled a lot of attention.
4 players of Envy stacking over towards A, thinking that there's a lot more players waiting here. And they might be right, to be honest, because Loud are slowly working their way over towards the A side now.
With Kesnet not having an op and also having his Neon ultimate, I think they're pretty happy to play B or even C for retake here. So the stack, Loud are going straight into it.
Yeah.
You can always be pivot here. I mean, look at Darker's position. He gives them the option of going back into B.
A spray down here with the Odin. It's going to be switched. Okay. Spraying and laying down a lot of lead here. This is really uncomfortable territory to nade. It's going to be careening past, and now a bit of a pivot into the B side, but this is going to be heard. Kesnet is going to be ready there. Not quite. Smoked off. Paranoia in his face. Forced to respect it. 30 seconds remaining. Time is of the essence. Plan potentially going down. A C's actually does connect there. Just from that trip onto the chokehold. A B connector. Blue room needs to be watched for. Adjustment of the aim. Luke Show, he's still on top of it. Sharp. Wins that fight out against Poppin. Applying pressure now from multiple avenues, but Demon One's still a threat, and Kesnet alongside him. This is looking really dangerous now.
Nice shot.
Position, not there for Heaven, and it leaves it just down to Luke Shaw and Verdi. They've got to pick up the pieces and see if they can get something else out of it.
That's insane.
Just shooting fish in a barrel, except that you can't quite see them, and that's a difficult task indeed. Envy, all on top of it.
The double reposition into Heaven, where the spike isn't planted for you. I think there's just so many mistakes in these rounds from Loud. Luxio's given a freebie there as well, but Buddy's completely alone here. I think Darker's supposed to be swinging on his contact, but Envy are already on the line, and it's an easy shot for Kesnet to shut down that ping-pong play.
Yeah. Ooh.
Loud are going to have one more buy. Final round. Luxio actually picking up the attack side op now. Weird for a Viper, but he's great with the op.
Nice shot. That smoke just blossoms a little bit too late. Kesnet takes it out. Demon Wonder will pay the price.
Verti's one away from Showstopper here. Surely that's the game plan of Loud.
Open access to the orb as well. Do they just want to send this? Potential. Luke Show though with that operator. He gets value in the end. Shots firing, whistling past Rossi's. Moving up. Good adjustments. Immediately backs out. Good discipline.
Great aim as well. I don't think Verti did play for the ult orb at all. I think that ult orb is still there over towards Bound.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody else took it. I'm not sure. Darker though. Ult online. Rossi playing an off angle.
This angle here.
Envy just want to fight.
It's devious. They really do. Just so eager to see if they can fight them, brute force it, exert their pressure and will upon them. Leaving out a pump in to see if he can hold this one back, but seemingly Loud unaware, but they're aware now. It's after the cross. Bullets running out. Overdrive now for Kesnet. He's looking to put an end to this round. Seal up the half entirely, but slowing it down at the right moment.
What
the
fuck?
Crazy jump spot. What is occurring?
Was that AI?
Oh, a nice try.
Lock in. Lock in.
Did he just take us some money?
Take a look at this one in the replay. A nice shot from Kesnet. The op, final
I don't care how he died to that.
That's unfortunate.
Lock in.
Killed me.
Lock in there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate end there to the half. It's Envy even on the top of it. 9-3. Unbelievable scenes. They are dominating so far.
Oh, halftime. How are you guys enjoying the games? It's 2 hours in, so if you notice that. Oh, that's it, Vamos.
Martin, the noise.
Unfortunately, Kith been running around doing essentially anything he wants with the
How's
rifle, with
looking?
the op. Started on the pistol with the sheriff.
Second last. Fine.
Loud needs something incredible here.
They really do. Slow going for Envy. They were just waiting for the util to get fired forward.
Who has the cheapest ult?
Encroached upon a lot of this territory. The door is wide open. Ball's going to be fading. No Paranoia to potentially refight, but that's going to be already to stun. Ricocheting back. Kawazine gone. That's the A player.
Spike down A.
Side is now going to be open for the taking. They realize it. Kesnet is not messing around. He's instantly on the perfect line, possibly pushing into their spawn, but thinks twice against it. This is fast from Loud, though. Looking to see if they can punch back, fight back to some degree. They've got a lot of space of their own.
Spike planted.
Plant down, though, for Envy. 4v4. A couple of players chipped down on the Envy side.
Positioning of Rossi is difficult to root out.
Yeah, it is. He's going to be waiting again for that right timing. He's going to be hearing plenty of it now, the sound cues.
No way.
Right clicks jumping around. No way, no way. None the wiser, not even aware. Rossi
oh my gosh.
With murder. 3-piece in the pistol round, leaves it down to Darker. The damage done, softened up.
It was an exceptionally half-hearted clear of rubble, wasn't it? From
really rough.
3 players go over, knowing that Envy are going to have deposited somebody in the postman there, and they just kind of jump towards him and then go, nah, probably isn't there. And Rossi just gets free pickings, shooting people in the back of the head.
I'm Why is he so patient? Why is he so patient?
Yeah, it was very patient.
They do not lose this.
But Loud are being made to look silly in some of these moments. Kaunzin really struggling here. Barty only had a single kill in the first half and now has overtaken the initiator on the scoreboard.
Ah, what's that?
I want to see Kaunzin playing some Sky in these future maps.
Yeah, just got the buff, so
yeah,
it's a good time for it.
I mean, get him on the older classic, because at the moment, yeah, this is looking like Loud a kickoff all over again.
Eco stack from Loud, though. They could do some damage here with the pistols, and now they're going to be showing signs of life, but as they peek out, heads are getting popped, taken off the shoulders. Still, better weaponry is what reigns supreme. There's one player looking towards the back, though. Batty could make all the difference here, especially with the state.
They have to know
There's Kesnet, dropped down to 10 HP. That's
not the weapon you want.
It's an unwieldy one, isn't it? Good look getting that under control. It's eggster that puts Batty to rest. And Darker's left to see what he can do in a spot like this, but not much to it. 32 health, drop down. Kesnet's on the line already. 11 rounds down for Envy. They can't be stopped.
The Ares is laid down on the ground like a poison chalice for you to pick up. Envy know that if one of the Loud players gets that, it's a free kill. You'd be better off using a pistol, I think.
Tough job for Loud. You got to think, and you got to feel for them as well. It's a squad that they were hoping to put their best foot forward, I think, in this stage so far, but
yeah,
the shoe's out of their hands, really, isn't it?
Yeah, the situation's just completely out of their control. And yeah, Buddy does have, you know, competitive experience, played in like tier 2, tier 3 kind of EMEA, but it's not exactly what Loud were looking for.
Hide. Guys,
back to A.
Back to A, yes, back to A.
They did nothing yet, they did nothing yet.
Wait, yo, listen, can you give me to War Drone C real fast?
Yes.
And I'm gonna smoke this.
Okay.
Come. Get War Drone fast smoke. Wait.
Yep.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep.
Break down.
I'm peeking them. Vice, they're playing retake. Vice is here.
Kill him.
Take the gun.
I'm looking for kill.
That's all Vice, guys. That's all Vice. He thorned.
Can we work tree here?
Yeah, I'm with you in a second.
I'm gonna smoke outside. You have paranoia?
Actually, can you panda up? I'll panda up.
We do.
He's inside. Wait,
You have paranoia or no?
Yeah, keep paranoia.
Yeah, go for
Do
it.
it. Go.
One left side.
Leave one left side, right in front of you.
Left side.
Oh my gosh, it's really much.
Viper outside.
Toxins going up.
That's right.
Why don't I have a shorty? All good.
This dude dead ass
He's
went
still
in
showing a
with the
level of
classic.
respect here. It's not all fun and games as much as it might appear to be.
Yeah, they overstepped the mark in terms of how they wanted to accelerate into this site. Kesnet, the paranoia was not actually targeted for where Darker was. I think they'd heard some footsteps by the sound of the comms because they knew that he was playing on site. Paranoia doesn't hit him, and then really quite disjointed between Kesnet and eggster as to how they wanted to put pressure on the anchor there. So Loud pick up a fourth. Yet to get up to an ultimate. Yeah, very, very long road ahead. They'd have to turn something around massively. The ults would help. They mismanaged the ultimates in the first half. They could have had some kind of snowball.
Deep smoke going to be layered down here just to feign like they could be pushing past the one way. That's not what Envy have got up their sleeves, though. They've got different things on the mind, which is thinking towards this A site.
We actually heard a snippet in the comms there from Team 1 as well.
High-low just being set up here with the rifles. Trained onto the angles, and Luke Shaw and Darker cleaning up the majority. Still is firing back and forth. Risky business indeed, but it leaves it into a 2v4. Loud will be happy with it.
They're very happy. If they'd managed to get the spray onto Luke Shaw there, maybe the round would have felt a little more winnable. But with Darker down, this is an enormous gap on B, and Loud don't really seem to be super aware of it. Kaunzin is watching for this.
It's an off-angle though, so he's not entirely out into the open. Across their placement of Rossi. No way! Buddy looking in the wrong direction there, not anticipating where they could be playing from, and this could just get them right back in.
I don't know why Luke Shaw got off the angle. Sorry,
say,
Kaunzin got off the angle. He had to be holding that.
Let's lay it down. Players starting to see if they can funnel their way in, surround Envy squad, these Envy players, a couple of
That
bullets
is cold.
hot fired. Eggster's going to be dropped though. Rossi remains. That means the pit's still up. But Luke Show, he's a menace man in his own right. That's a 4K in the round for him.
Really nice.
What the fudge was that?
That's sick. Really nice fake spam into the pit there. So one player is looking for a wrap around the pit to enter it from an unusual angle, and then a different player is spamming into the pit to make it feel like they're playing for spam rather than going for a timing play like that. And it fed Luke Show a free kill. Looked a little messy in terms of letting Envy get a pit down in a 2v3, but they convert.
I like that.
Yeah, the vibes still seem all right.
That's what I mean. I think there's a different energy right now in this game. There's a level of seriousness just when we got a snippet of the comms from Envy realizing, listen, just because you're up to this point doesn't mean the game is over by any means, and Loud are playing like it here. Might be feeling the heat though. That's a paranoid that's going to be used preemptively. For more those signs of life, the C's will connect into the bag. No, missed. If it's a slightly Baddy just sidestepping with the players, quickly approaching Baddy. Time to shine here. Verdi, though, drops his way back out and away. He's going to be potentially pressured, but no. Containing the space for his team to get into position to plant down Envy, though, critically. One rifle reclaimed. There's a game of timings. Verdi is just drifting in and out between these smokes, weaving his way to find these opportunities. Now leaves it all down to Pop in a 1v4. Not going to be getting much more than that. Traded out instantaneously. So Loud are really putting up some serious signs of life.
Yeah, and they've got some nice ultimates to still be able to work with too. I want to see them utilize this. They have a chance again to put pressure on Envy's economy if they can put their ults to best use. Now, I was going to say a little bit earlier, we heard when we listened to the Envy comms that Demon One's read was if the Vice is over towards A, they're playing A for retake. And it's not exactly what Loud have been doing, but clearly that's how like Envy are envisioning this. Looking to grab information as to what they see over towards A, and then inform Pop in where they're going. Here we see Loud swap up the defensive setup, so they've got a more standard anchor position from Darker on C.
Fight as well to occur over towards A Rubble. Split in terms of the presence. Looks like they're just trying to apply, make noise over towards that A Rubble angle. Potentially free up the rest of the map, but they're still Loud, squaring up, eager to draw that blood. Rossi, a quick play from him, but it smokes. Luke Show, thinking of weaving his way in and out. No, just holding it down for now. Control of Blue Room. No quick flooding, but now that Steel Garden was waiting for a rainy day, and a call is made. They want to fight, push forward. They got those shorties in hand. There's a
oh my gosh, it's massive.
What a shot! Demon One, Evolution in hand. His gun was not taken away, and he makes them pay. Luke Show now in that 1v2, trying to spot where these players are. What is that?
Extraordinary value from the star player on Loud. He's fallen off a mini box and still manages to land a headshot. Should never be favored in that.
No way.
And that is an astonishing 1v2 to win. And that feels like it's actually pulled Loud into doable distance here.
Yeah.
I was all ready to talk about Demon One's ultimate and how much value the Vito got there. Going up against a Vice ult and a Raze ult. He's tanking. Yeah, he's tanking everything. He didn't even have to tank Verti's ultimate, but the fact that he had a rifle in hand. This though, how has he reset his aim and managed to control that?
Unbelievable, actually, unbelievable. And Loud are getting back into this. Listen, the scoreline right now might seem a little bit distant. It's 11-7, but it's forced this timeout out of Envy. And I gotta say, listen, this is with Envy winning 2 pistol rounds.
Yeah.
This scoreline like this, Loud are pulling this together with the gun rounds right now. They are in control of this game.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the first half, they couldn't do anything even in the gun rounds, right? I mean, it's 9-3 despite the double pistol. But here, defense side, yeah, they are really finding a lot of success. And these last 3 rounds have all been retake situations where Envy bulldoze their way in, managed to get a plant down, but kind of compromise their health or their positioning or the numbers in order to get into a spot like that. It's not been clean.
No.
And they've often been giving away the first pick as well, Envy, by trying to create a lot of rubble pressure, actually. They lost Demon One doing that, they lost Kesnit doing that. Luke Show's holding on to his Viper pit for quite a while. He's had it for the last 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And Envy have decided to force up into this one with Kesnit having Neon ult and a Judge.
Look to put some work in here, Envy. Eggster leading it. TTP in, overdrive now popped off from Kesnet, but as the Thorns preemptively going to be popped off. It's a bait and switch. Paddy tucked to the corner. They might not anticipate this. That's if MV choose to commit.
Yeah, the wall also missed. I think Kesnet was trying to fake like he could be taking a bit of space on site, and it just hit the door frame. In terms of map control, MV don't have too much here. They're just creating some presence over towards Mound, threatening that they could go for a C repop. But Luxio, he's very deep right now at Rubble.
Yeah.
It's a weird setup to have Luxio and Darker on a deep position on A.
Because your Vice setup is already there, right? So it's like, yeah, well.
It is weird.
Cover going out. There's layers to it with game plans like this. Maybe they...
But he needs this paranoia.
He really does.
If he wastes it, it's a bit of a disaster.
MV. Looking to explode, I think, as the smoke dissipates. That's the timing that they're waiting on currently. And there it is. Rifle forward, but that paranoia does connect. TP, Paddy's just trying to get out of dodge, being marked up, seized up. There is a ton to account for right now. The Demon One just walking all over them. Like the Terminator, man. He can't be stopped on that site. Runs over the anchor players, but a slight pocket to play in. Paddy, he's not done, not finished.
Yeah, that's quite nice. Eggster maybe not quite understanding how his smoke blooms, or maybe just trying to hold the weird angle it creates himself.
Awkward post-plant positions. These heads are on a swivel right now as that smoke blooms, blossoms. The bullets just barely sailing over the head of Kesnet. Needs to get the hell out of there. Repositions quickly by the MV players, looking to see if they can get into more comfortable territory, but this is still awkward for them.
That's their one util there going on.
And the kills are still being handed up here. There are no trades intact in sight. Inside the spawn trying to dominate, but Luxio with a swing. It's messy business popping. Left into a 1v1 now.
He's only got 8 bullets total.
Him versus Luxio. Luxio running around now. He can hear the sound cues hopping up on top of the
thank
box.
God.
And 8 bullets. That's all he needs.
His gun's literally got no bullets left in it. If there had been any sort of extended skirmish there, he had no hope. But Envy get the round on the board that gets them up to map point. We were talking about Kesnet getting up to 20 kills, like pretty early on in this game, right? Luxio is now at that same level himself. That's how kind of pressed this loud comeback has been.
Let's see.
4 in a row, almost 5 in a row there too. Came down to a 1v1, but I've got to now put another 5 on the board.
Has to be in a row. There's no more second chances. Envy on the precipice of taking this map now. Up to 12, trying to make it 13, hold on! Where have they come from? Where have they come from indeed? An ace potentially, no denied. But listen, the damage done entirely.
I think that's just a ridiculous lineup.
Bit of spam, isn't it? I'm assuming, we'll see.
I mean, there's Viper walls obfuscating the sightline.
Oh my God.
Astonishing.
There's just no way.
I mean, he knows that they're going over to try to open the door.
Yeah.
I think that's Darker's response too. Hey, that could be critical. It actually knocks Envy's economy completely down again. They were on minimum loss bonus because they won in round 19. And that was a 1v1 clutch, so they didn't keep many weapons.
Sets them straight back. Kesnet was just a bucky.
Luxio is saving this ultimate for a rainy day on Pearl.
Plays already in though. Darker now is going to be really tested and pressured, even against the weaker weaponry, because there is a multitude of targets to really deal with. The setup can only do so much in terms of staving them off, because he is surrounded on multiple fronts, finally going down, handing over the weapon, stray shots in the dark. Kawazine hoping for a lucky one.
He didn't ripple.
Not the case. Quick plant down. It's always rounds like this you've got to be careful with. Doesn't matter that they're weaker buys. Two of the guns now, and MB are in a prime position to close out Lotus.
It'd be a disastrous way for Loud to let this one fumble.
Haunt not deep enough to be revealing onto the corners. Still, they're getting the job done, aren't they? Kawazine, Paddy combining their might and pop in blind as anything. It's a quick turnaround here. Loud are still alive.
Good patience too. That was a tough position for Loud to be in. They'd really put themselves in a bad spot there. On the anti-eco, player disadvantage, going up against a Bucky. Eggster caught though, dead to rights, and Kawazine really picking himself up. This is an important round. He's had a struggle, but he's there. Kesnet had 18 kills in the first half. He's now got 20.
Yeah, just 20.
That is unusual for your attack side player that was running the entire game in the first 12 rounds.
Even one save us.
Real start drop off. But again, all MV need is one. And they have guns in their hands this time. Rifles in play. Opportunities abound now, especially when you line up like that. Entire firing squad of Envy was waiting to receive some form of action, with Verdi being dropped to big kill. Weakens the A side overall.
The fight is ready.
Luxio, Darker, and Kawanzin, all with massive ultimates. A must-win round. And they don't really look like they're in great positions to use them if Envy end A.
No. And Batty's just holding out the paranoia here after contact.
He's expecting this to go into a B pivot, but any B pivot would first tap the door, and that would put him in a really rough spot.
Luxio, again, posturing almost single-handedly here. There's no real help for him. He's just revealing himself, but as that wall drops, so does he. Rossi takes him out. Doors open. Kawazin has got to be the playmaker, the difference maker. The spray control is not intact.
Trades
He's
are
going
good
to trade
for
it
us.
out. Darker and Batty have got to do it all.
Okay.
Popping,
That got
cleaning
kinda
up now,
scary,
and it leaves it
and,
to the assistant coach.
So that's why they did my
fill in.
underdog.
1v4, pit down, plant down. Impossibilities, really, with Demon 1 aiming like that. 13-9. So finish we're looking at here on Lotus to open.
Took Envy a little longer than I think they would have liked to be able to close out there on Lotus. Loud, the world's greatest one trick. There is genuinely no other player in professional Valorant that has played anywhere near as much on just one agent. And eggster's been forced off of it with the most recent patch. So yeah, he's exploring different avenues. It really is. Vito. It feels very much like Envy are taking the NRG composition, but running extra on the Vito because maybe he's a bit more comfortable on that and what it's going to do for him, moving around, getting a bit more active than the Killjoy. And on the other side of things, I think the player to watch again is Luxio. He had some big moments in the second half. I'm really still confused why the ult usage was so poor from Loud.
Yeah, you were pressed about that.
Yeah, but here, if he's playing Chamber, the ult is very easy. It just gives you an op, and then you use it, and you shoot people. So I think Luxio should absolutely be the player that they build these rounds around. Having said that, activating your lurker can be a little bit complicated. It's not that complex, but you do have to create pressure elsewhere on the map, but not commit to the pressure. And Romanilli just said that Loud want to keep things very simple today.
I'm trying to focus on fixing a lot of their micro decisions by the sounds of it. Bit of an A fight, but not quite a fight. It's just conceded immediately in terms of space. Loud got open access to it. Pickle almost punished. That is difficult. Shodo gets out of dodge there with a rendezvous, and now we're going to be sending it flying forward to the drones. Verdi as well, putting his body on a line to see if he can get his team into the action, but they're ready, waiting in the wings towards Art, and they have put a stop to the hit entirely. Darker, the only one left alive to do it.
Yeah, it's a strange one there.
I've seen this ghost before.
Loud going for double smokes towards backside instead of smoking off Art, just assuming Luxio could take all that space. And Darker was supposed to be the late game backstab. Done a lot of damage there, but a 1v4 would be outrageous, especially with the spike just not under his control.
All lined up. There's one player approaching. I believe that's Demon 1 as well, just to put the dagger to the back in case Poppin doesn't get the job done, but it's another pistol round following the trend.
They made it a bit too easy there for Envy. You've got to call, as soon as Luxio doesn't get that space and has to TP out of Art, you need to smoke Art off. The reason that he wasn't able to take the space is because Envy are hard committed to it. So you don't want to just give them this free avenue. Look at them, just free firing into Loud from the side as they enter through that choke point. It's tough. Again, you've got to give them a bit of bail because they're not playing with their main roster. They're not playing with their main IGL. They are playing with their assistant coach at the moment, but man, it's just constant tragedy for this Loud organization recently. They're in struggle city.
Yeah, can't get a good start. Gonna be just as difficult in a round like this. Oh my God, okay, Poppin. He will be falling. Hold on, the classics and the pistols might be doing a bit of work. Lined up though for that one. Oh, this is just getting messy as anything, isn't it? Real scrap that Envy are opting into entirely here. Potentially handing over guns in the process. It's Yuto flying in your face. You can't see a bloody thing, and Rossi limping away from that engagement, and Luxio on the backstab. There's not much in terms of the way to work with here, just trying to create that noise cue. There's no plant down here. They're trying to create a bit of noise and hope that they don't just turn around for this one. Luxio trying to activate on the backstab. It's getting messy. Judge picked up. Okay. Thrifty back. That round was all over the place.
I beg you, don't judge Americas by that round. I beg you, we're better than this. We're better. I swear to you, we're better than this.
He's not saying that.
This was an insane round. Everybody is whipping everything, and they know it as well.
Yeah.
They know it down there on the stage.
It's a silly day.
It's a great recovery from Loud, though. If you're looking at it through their lens, it puts them on a nice pathway. Rifles back in their hands. We were just talking about how they're in Struggle City. Really difficult to get anything started. And there they've just landed, buddy, a four-person 0 point over towards A, so they know that B is essentially free.
Yep.
Max, there is a single person there.
They're sending it all the way up through lane. Next over the TP, you were overexposed for a second there. Able to hold up control over towards Heaven. The rest of Envy as well going to be soon joining him.
Now, of course, Loud, with better weaponry, completely set up, are going to control this beautifully.
Yes, of course they are, with Luke Shaw late to the party. Hold on, surely. With the guns in your hands, these players weakened and eventually fell. There it is, okay. It is all good. Sigh of relief.
And now we're going to get back to some normal rifle round behavior.
Don't know about that one. Don't know about that one.
This is all based off the information that they get from Body's 0 point. Throws it over towards A main. Nobody on Envy broke it. 4 players detected. You know that you can just go immediately to B. Keep it simple. Keep the round safe. Eggster, okay, gets a drop from a teammate, and he's got a weapon to work with. So an Op and an Odin on defense here.
That's got some bite to it.
But that also means there's 3 players with light armor that Luke Shaw could pick off with the Outlaw.
Yeah, against the Outlaw. Spot baits it out with the shots. Now they know there's the operator online. Would have been tracking the money anyway, but it's nice to have confirmation. That's a nice one.
Just creates this very early timing for Luke Shaw. Weird to be roaming around like this with an Outlaw deep in mid, but he has got so much space.
Yep.
Envy are not thinking about this timing. Nobody has picked up water.
Oh my God. I mean, just a massive wedge in the middle of the map that is just unaccounted for right now, Kesnit.
I can't believe no one's even thinking about this.
No one's thinking about it at all, with it being broken. This is disarray currently in terms of the communication, and back to the world, Kesnit. Not long to the world. Okay, we got it eventually. And picks up the Outlaw, or I should say the operator. It's a much bigger one at that. Rossi. Rossi! He's managed to do a lot from a spot like that. 3 kills immediately turn the tide of the battle potentially now. 2v2. That's what we're looking at.
That was an ass start. No.
Demon 1 though. Head filled with lead. Dart gonna be sailing towards the back, but I know that Poppin's not really getting active too much. Immediate reposition. Poppin. He's taking liberties right now. Hopping towards the top of the box, just spotted barely ahead.
Not the weapon.
That is not the right weapon for the job. It's rare we say that when referring to the Odin.
Yeah, that's one of the few situations in which you don't want the weapon in your hand. What a wild round again.
It's a crazy one.
I mean, this is crazy. I mean, how are we getting these kind of moments in this game? I'd love to hear what was going on in the Envy comms during that round.
Yeah.
I've got to imagine that because eggster is not as used to playing Veto, he just didn't comm that his trip was down, because there was no defensive macro adjustment for the fact that his trip got broken. Nobody went to pick it up. Nobody went to pick up water. They didn't do anything aggressive to try to find extra information elsewhere. They just allowed Luke Shaw to wiggle through and do anything he liked.
And nobody was aware.
Nobody was even trying to pick up the timing behind them.
I mean, instant time are going to be called here for Envy, but yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's just that uncomfortable territory for a player like eggster, who's playing new roles now, and everybody's relaxing back, thinking about what to do differently. I mean, we know what to do differently. They know as well.
Yeah.
Round was essentially lost off the back of that one. Pearl is a map where you need to be very careful in terms of how you keep your map control, because it's spread out, it's big.
Yeah, information, I think, is the biggest part of how you play the defense side.
Yeah.
Especially now that you don't have the Yoru that can go and grab info somewhere and TP back.
It's a big luxury that a lot of teams maybe were getting too used to.
But also, that's the reason why you play Killjoy on this map.
Yeah.
The NRG composition that Envy have based, or stolen, their version of, runs the Killjoy because you have an alarm bot and a turret to be able to give you great amounts of information to help the double drone and make sure that you have info everywhere on defense side. And eggster only has the one trip, and it has gotta be calmed when it gets broken.
A entirely open for the taking here. There's no gamble stack from Envy. They just want to fight and gear up into mid, but
it might be about
bullets. Got to be careful of that one. And well, Kesnet.
It's a stunner.
It really is. Gearing up for more. He's got players by his side. Deep trying to set him up potentially a little bit further. It's going to be broken. Posturing now, potentially overextending himself.
Oh my
Kesnet, never outdone. This guy's shining right now currently. Refract back, it's Sheriffs across the board. Why not? Put it on a bit of a show for us today, Envy. Highlight reels and clips abound. Dark is left in a 1v2 and he is quickly surrounded.
That's my team.
A wild thrifty from Envy, but I think that one's quite different to the previous that we've seen. I feel like a lot of the thrifties that we've had in this game so far have been the team fumbling with the anti-eco and making mistakes and getting overwhelmed. This one was some astonishing shots coming out from Kesnet.
Yeah, raw individual skill.
Yeah, which you are going to get from Envy. Just showing Luke Show that if he takes an honest gunfight against him, rather than shooting him with an outlaw in the back, that he's got it unlocked. That's a crazy round.
You want to play? A lot of odds on life allowed. Let's get a bit of a reset going into this. TP? Oh, that was fast enough. Yeah, he wasn't fast enough there. Next is revealed. This is a really difficult spot, and Luke Show quick to punish.
That's the kind of situation where the Yoru would be able to get out of that.
Vai. Sai correndo aqui. Drona no sova, Bet. Guys, tô chegando, eu posso ultar Ezek, tá bom?
Tá, Kawan, dá um, você ulta aqui, ok?
Eu ulto. Vai no aqui.
Eu vou no caceu. Vamos caceu, base e bote na esquerda, Rich, ok?
Ok.
Bote na esquerda aqui.
Tá pronto, guys?
Espera, 2 segundos.
Tá, tô pronto, guys.
Voltar reto aqui, tá bom?
Tá.
Morri, res em mim. Guys, volta correndo, volta no shield e depois corre pra base, tá?
Alguém no show, mano, alguém tem que fechar o mapa, se eles estavam perto pra fazer.
Vamos contato aqui, contato.
Tá, vamos aqui, vai.
Eu espato o museu depois.
Mano,
vamos ter pra museu.
Volta, eu tenho perto.
30 seconds.
Vai no museu. É placa, vai estar museu.
Bota aqui. Boa, Clinton.
Só volta. Museu, Judinho. Guys, vamos comer museu depois, tá? Flecha. Vamos comer museu depois quando essa ult acabar, guys. Vem. Eles têm que dar, já tem que fazer alguma coisa aqui. Espera acabar.
Vai pulando, vai pulando.
Vai pra direita agora, vem. Direita, vem, guys. 3, 2, 1, abrir.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
É que não tá...
Poppin does an excellent job there of just mowing them down with the Odin. Got onto an angle, playing the Cosmic Divide to a beautiful spot as well from Demon 1. Really isolating those players in back halls, but I also want to draw attention to this ult combo that they went for. Look at this. So throwing out the Teo ult, at the same time, look at Bati. Bati is completely stuck there.
Yeah.
You've got combos to slow people down. You've got a Saturate that you can throw in. I mean, if you wanted to, you could throw an Astra Stun on top of that. You're forcing them into the site, but if they do get hit by any of the slows or stuns, they are cooked in that spot.
Yeah, really preemptive heads-up play there from Envy. They were very aware what was being cooked here. Salvo is also going to be pressed down here. This is an all-in fight over towards that A main area, but not taken for now. Pause, but Loud looking to see if they can gear up, but Paddy's way ahead of the rest of his team here. There's no trade intact. Birdie was dropped at a moment's notice. Demon 1 really making a mockery now. He's running all over them here next, but it wants to do it. Statement of a round here by Envy.
Could have been an overfight, to be honest with you, but they just barrel in. All three of them committed in the same way. And Darka's in an unwinnable spot again. What a round from Demon 1. His aim looks beautiful to watch.
Yeah, crispy.
But that's the kind of thing that I think was off a little bit at kickoff, was that you could tell some of the members of Envy, I mean, I would say mostly the older members of Envy, wanted to do these kind of rounds where they fight further than you would expect. And sometimes people were just not on the same
Bro, they can't guard me, bro!
Loud with the timeout here. It's a weird way to take the A main fight. I mean, it's living rent-free in my head just seeing Batty just swing with no util as the KO.
Yeah, but again, you've got to say, he is the sub-player, he's the assistant coach,
yeah,
right?
some bailout, right? He hasn't played in a while, you're right, he's the assistant coach.
You are going to see some weird moments from this Loud team, and I think we already have, but I guess you're right in the sense that it is suboptimal. It is also their map pick. You would expect them to have some slightly more fleshed out stuff, and he is the assistant coach, so they should know how their refight into A main is supposed to work in that spot. I think in theory on the attack side as well, you really want Verti to be activated too. Your big people to be looking at on Loud are either Luke Shaw on a bit of a lurk somewhere, you know, opening up the map by lurking through mid, or maybe even getting inserted deep down B.
Yeah.
And then the other big win condition is, can Verti get in on these execs, supported by the double initiators, and find some success? I mean, tangent, but I also think it's kind of crazy that they're not playing any kind of a sky look at all on, and maybe it's just the maps. Maybe we'll see
it could be
on other maps.
But for Kawazine,
Kawazine picks it up, but not been the case so far.
Thoroughly swatted down, I think, from that prior A fight. They are taking it slow going, using the drone to see if they can take up a bit of space. Demon 1 trying to take a timing respected. He's in a really unfortunate spot here, but maybe the aim will bail him out. Yes, it will. And he's able to trade that. I was quick with the response. That's a Hunter's Fury to supplement, but there's a game of timings. Luke Shodo is accounted for. Rossi waiting and just wade straight into that fight from behind.
Yeah, this time Envy looking a lot more on point in terms of how their protocols look and how they're covering these gaps through mid. And now they back up. They know that they're in a 4v2, huge advantage position.
Yeah, but we're rotated though.
Yeah, but I think they're just happy to play together, death ball around, and make sure that they trade each other out. You know, they've still got eyes on these different avenues, right? It's not like eggster's just letting somebody potentially walk through water.
Sure.
It's going to be hard for Loud to generate any kind of pick from this position, which they need to do, right? In order to win a 2v4, you need to be able to find and create an equalizing advantage.
Outlaw. Okay, didn't adjust in time there. It's taken out. Tap, seeing what kinds of Yuto goes forwards. That's a brilliant flash. Supporting Yuto, we were just talking about that. Darker, he unleashes. That's a 4-piece from seemingly nowhere.
That is lovely from Loud. I want to see more of that.
That is beautiful work.
A fake plant from Buddy, baits out the salvo, so gives away the position of the Tejo. And then, as soon as he's got to the fake plant, instantly the flash over immaculately connects onto Rossi and eggster. That's how you set up the big players on Loud for success.
That's what you want to see.
Because it all was Darker and Luke Shaw on Lotus, and it feels the same here.
Yeah. Immediate timeout again. This is the second one used by Envy. Short succession. This is the first half so far that we're seeing of Pearl.
And both of these timeouts have come after like bad rounds, right?
Yeah.
Envy lost that crazy round where they just let Luke Shaw wander through mid completely alone. And then this one where they've lost a 4v2 that I'm sure they think they should have been able to convert. But they got caught so heavily by Bati's flash. Great play.
Yeah, it really was. Good piece of supportive util.
They've still got money to work with here though, Envy. It's not a disaster, but Loud is certainly pushing them. It feels, you know, more like that second half of Lotus than the first. A bit more even.
They kept it going from that second half onwards now. 4-4. What more can they do? Envy with the timeout, looking to see if they can make some adjustments as well, but possibly just tightening up their defensive setups, but ensuring that even in a micro sense as well, you've got players ready for anti-flash positions.
Well, this round they're going to get tested. How good are they at being able to anticipate Kesnit's positioning with the op? He's on top of the boxes here towards B long, so he gets sightlines over the top of this smoke.
Flash overhead. Buddy as well, he's just leaping into the fray. That's a shot to the shin, and he's barely alive. Still twisting and turning in the air. He's able to escape most of the ire of these fights. Pot shots fired by Kesnit. Blindly into the smoke, but he might get lucky with one or two. Buddy with that overdrive will be immediately shut down just from that prior damage. Weak as anything.
Overcommitment there from Loud, trying to go heavily behind the Neon. Through an Astropole as well. You're going through a smoke, through an Astropole. Really, really difficult to commit in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Especially when Envy is really happy to over-rotate. Look at Demon 1 pushed up on the other side of the map too.
He's got all the space in A main. Doesn't have to worry about Art being unaccounted for this entire time.
I really don't think he's that worried, though. He's been so confident in terms of how he's taking the fights. Just relying on his aim.
He's got no way to get out of this other than just brute force. More players where that came from, but Karazim with that recourse style, he was ready for it. Returns the fire almost immediately. Pop in. This is next time up, and it was darker in astral form. He wasn't quite ready to be able to respond. It's a spike drop down, 30 seconds remaining.
30 seconds left.
Concentrated Divide does cut up the site. Gonna get a bit of a move on here. Plant, hard committed.
Planted.
And we're just looking to see if they can wait for this wall to dissipate before they start to engage. Kesnet with residency inside this smoke. Fully in hand, and Luke Shaw going exploring. Luke Shaw, Darker, almost getting it done. Kesnet, though, saves the day for them, and that player advantage coming in handy here.
Another situation, though, where Darker almost wins a phenomenal round for Loud. He is on point, 13 kills across 9 rounds.
You are divided.
Envy, though, really having to be contesting in spots like this.
Last player standing.
Choosing to challenge, choosing to fight as Loud takes space over towards A main.
Yeah.
Both of the Astras at the top of the scoreboard, both feeling very, very confident.
It's an even game so far.
Pings on the minimap would imply there's going to be a big clash in mid here.
Kesnet, right popped, he's ready for surely this birdie! Chops him down, rifle in hand. The rest of his team is not far behind. Yeah, Lauder quick with the cleanup entirely here, and even just ready for that one. I mean, Ross is just hopping into the fight, trying to see what he can get done there. 5 to 5, these are rapid-fire rounds in some cases.
Yeah, both teams just happened to pick a strategy there that saw them clash in the first 5 seconds in mid.
Look at this.
Bertie finally getting some feel of the game. He was 1 and 10. 1 and 9, 1 and 10, something like that before he managed to get those 2 kills, shutting down a mid-fight. And the economy's completely broken here from Envy.
Yeah, only 2 rounds left to play for in this.
It's a far cry from the dominance they had on the defense side of Lotus. Though that was their map pick.
Starting to see more uncomfortable territory, and what's it doing to them? Loud, again, taking a peek and a gander and a walk all the way down mid here. That Art Avenue, again, unaccounted for. There's no util to give the indicator right now, and Envy are making a lot of footsteps in the process. Drone to push forwards here. There's a stack, but just classics. There's always danger here, because you might be meeting a lot of them right now. Or you can be put into the bloody blender. Luke Shaw will be happy with that one.
Go on, Kesnet. Give it to him. Don't ruin the clip.
He's thinking about sending it. No, he's going to ruin it. 60 seconds of saving, actually, with a bucky. Luke Shaw, 4 kills. He's hoping for the last eco, isn't he? God, he's hunting for it.
Have a word with yourself, Kesnet.
No, completely denies it.
Oh,
Luke Shaw would love to get this. He gets his ult online for the next.
They already got Kamanzine and Bati's ults online through this round as well. So, yeah, Loud have actually generated themselves a really nice ult bank to be able to get an advantage at the end of the half.
He's so far away from the spike.
It's criminal. It's actually criminal. Kesnet's literally just wasting our time. What are you seeking to get done here? You are not going to damage the Loud economy.
He's denying the clip.
Yeah, he really is. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it's psychological.
He's killing the morale.
Oh. And he will go down. Yeah, has to commit the dash for it, but he will go down. So they're laughing about it.
Yeah. The ultimates here are really important for Loud. They need to make the best of this opportunity that they've given themselves to find an advantage and go up 7-5.5. That would be the best that they've done across the match so far, right? But it's about using the ults well. And I think that is something that they did so poorly on Lotus. Do they have a game plan that uses Bati and Kawanzine's double initiator ults here?
I look to keep it simple. Deep dart's going to be layered in. The presence, this is full steam ahead. Everybody's going to be moving forwards now. That is the Hunter's Fury, and a good tag as well from that long-range dart. Kesnet tight to the corner, won't be able to survive it. The shot's going wide, but that's a lot of util used in response. A knife towards the back. Flash overhead, waiting for the right timing on this one, but again, Envy have bodies in the right place. Pop in, putting up a stalwart of a defense, and he has shut them down. The door in their face. Pull where that came from, Demon 1 though! Oh my! Slingshot it back, and Poppins left. Weakened Luke Shaw This late lurk activating, surely there's a level of awareness. Knife out for Poppin! He doesn't have a clue!
Luxio does it to them again, threads the needle, and converts the round. Almost saw a round from Poppin, the eponymous swing, doing work.
Yeah.
But Loud do capitalize. They do use their ultimates, they find that advantage, and actually are looking pretty good headed into the halftime break here.
7-5 considering he lost the pistol. Did thrifty it right back after, but still. Wilder in a prime spot. And we'll see if they can keep it going as well, moving forwards into the second half of Pearl. All to play for Loud. Mightily important game.
Hey guys, try to bring it back.
As we get in game, taking a bit
to the beginning. Those moments was have won all of the pistols so far, even though Loud were the ones to actually get off to a better footing to start the half.
That's what we'll be keeping an eye on. Pistol round win for Loud would already put them on a much better course. As good as this map is so far for them. Luxio is revealed. Doesn't overstay it though. Immediately going to be drifting back with that TP.
Envy are trying to fake B, but they must have heard the KO flash.
I mean, just with Poppin is not enough to sell it here, but the rest of the team is going to be able to get into A scot-free. Trademark, tripped. Slows them down for now.
I think the question is, do they think about the flank at all here?
Yeah, circling behind, aren't they?
Oh, that knife is so good. That knife just makes it feel like they are not in A main at all.
Cancels the drone.
Oh, wait, no, they're pushing.
Hold on, they're pushing into this one with the smokes. It dissipates, and not ready for that. So shortly in the hands of Luxio, and he picks up a bit of an upgrade. Loud now activating right from the main avenue. And Baddy just swings in from the side to put the business into the man. That is bullets into the bodies. Making it personal, but a pistol round finally. This has been eluding Loud. A brilliant start to the second half.
Yeah, Loud finally start off on the right footing in one of these halves. Now it's just all about converting it, because we have seen some of these moments get really scrappy, but yeah, this one was nice. I like the confidence as well to re-challenge Poppin over towards B long. They didn't get scared by a solo Sova on that side of the map. Decided to double re-fight into him. And not just getting the kill on Poppin, but also confirming that it was a fake.
Yeah.
And those mid-push players got the wraparound in the right direction. Goal of this round, keep it clean.
The weaponry is a bit all over the place, to be honest. I mean, you've got stingers in play.
Yeah, they can afford to have one player go down, but ideally they'd like to keep the rest of the weaponry for a bonus.
Keep drone used off the rip here, Kawazine. Gets a bit of info, it's broken though, and hiding the intent that Envy were going for, but players are spotted out. Kawazine a bit smarter than that, and he hears the rumble of the footsteps, pressure mounting, but all handled, dissuaded and diffused at a moment's notice.
Well, I would call that one clean.
Yeah.
A flawless round from Loud there.
Oh, so we're just going to have 3, I guess.
And now, what kind of game plan do they have for their bonus? The weaponry is not great, but it's really good in the tight areas of the map. It's very good if you can play around smokes. They've got 2 stingers, they've got a judge. You just saw it here when they tried to play around the art smoke. It's nice if they can funnel Envy through tight gaps. Instead, though, they're looking to take a fight B long
with these guns.
With these guns.
It's interesting, isn't it? You don't expect it.
No, I wouldn't expect it.
You really wouldn't. Drone, though, is going to be spotting this one out. That's 3 players caught out with that, suppressed on top of it. So instant reaction from Envy.
Well, they're running at him.
Filling the gap up. Yeah, they want to fight them. Okay, this is going to be close quarters if they choose to opt in.
This is a crazy call.
This is a crazy call. I mean, you might have the rifles, but you're up against stingers.
Right,
and that is where they drive Darker. Bit of an overpeak in the end there. Verdi not able to trade or help out, not when he has the judge in hand, but a spike has been dropped down in their laps. Salvos pushing them back and away. Forced to respect it. Picks it up, reclaiming that spike, but again, Loud gearing up for a bit of a fight and a push, and it is at least handled in the end. Rossi aware that it is pricey, though.
Yeah, I'd say that Envy got away with that one. It looked like an astonishing overcook to run into the stack of sight through the tiny choke point against double stingers and a judge. But, all right, they get away with it. Their economy is going to be hurting, though, as you're saying. I think Loud should be fairly happy with that. It was a winnable moment, but look at this buy.
Yeah.
This buy is kind of shocking.
No armor?
No armor on Poppin at all.
Just going for the rifle. Launching missiles. So lay it down here. There's a fight opted into by Loud. Deep down to help them out on top of it. Popping. Using the drone. It's a good tag as well. Verti will be forced to respect it. Kesnin, what is this timing that he's taken? It's going to be that saturate lay it down at his feet to ensure that there is no follow-up towards it. Inside the smoke, trying to again layer it down with bits and pieces, portions of the rifles. Dark is being squeezed from every single avenue, and he's feeling the panic in that moment.
Really nice reaction from Envy to go back and help Rossi there.
Shotgun wide, operator missing for Luke Show here, and he's going to be finished off. Batty already revealed of his position.
Yeah.
Triggered the trip.
Nothing to be done here. This was Loud's opportunity to put some real pressure down, but they themselves in a lot of an economical squeeze. Oh man, that's not what you want to see.
Where's that one going? To the moon, but it happens anyway, and it works out.
Yeah, give it to him. Give it to him. How many chances is his body going to get to spray Kesnit's body in a match?
There is a level of psychological diff, you know, when you're going up against a coach, even if he was a former player. Batty's got that on his side, but for now, just going to be keeping a rifle in his grips. That's what he's hoping for.
It's a bit of a weird spot because Envy would like to take the rifle away, but at the same time, they themselves don't have very much money to play with. So you get into a weird stalemate where neither team really wants to take the contest here towards the end. But that's tough for Loud. They just bought an Op and an Odin, and you're right in terms of what you called out. The timing from Kesnit was so rapid.
So
he is here 13 seconds into the round, and he's already gone through Art, and he's fighting behind the A main push.
See that one again, yeah. It's good plays. I mean, I'm glad that Loud are having fun with it, because the pressure should be off them in a situation like this.
Yeah.
As much as we were talking about how important it is for this org to pick themselves back up, they've had a really, really dire last year in 2025. It was not great from them, but they understand the circumstances, and they understand that they are the underdogs no matter what.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, I was surprised, actually, that half of us on the broadcast were predicting them to win this game when they're in such a difficult spot playing with a replacement instead of their IGL that they were looking to pick up.
They might know more ball than us, I think, at this point, Josh.
Hey, maybe.
Depends how this map goes.
Yeah, Loud are currently winning.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen over towards Breeze, if indeed we end up going there. But right now, it's an opportunity for Envy to start equalizing this game again.
Yeah.
Loud with the back of a pistol, continuing that momentum from the first half, but here's where Envy start to chip away a little bit and start to build up a bank of their own. They're going to start getting close to ults as well, and the ults can definitely turn the tide with this composition.
Oh, yeah.
The ults are really good.
On almost every single player, you can always use it to cook up a play on the attack side, so... Bit of a split so far for Envy on their attack. 2 to 3, leaving a lot of mid-presence unaccounted for. Luke Shaw will be happy again to absorb up some of the space, but...
He's heard them.
He has. Footsteps rotating back over towards B, but there's a deep push into A main. They've got 3 players there.
Yeah.
Listen, Loud are not reacting.
You got to speed that up. If you want to get fast on the flank behind Envy, who you've just heard, oh man, and that
is a huge one.
All 5.
All 5. That's an indicator. Oh, they're right behind them, guys. Hold on, you spotted them out. You're putting a bit of a pinch on, but already Verti's not really ready for that kind of ire. Luke Shaw.
It's awkward for Envy,
It's really awkward.
They didn't catch a player in spawn, so now do we accelerate towards B? What if there's a stack there? Do we go back and deal with the flankers?
Yeah. Squeeze now. Rest allowed as well, a bit slow going towards this. The drone will clear most of it, and again, walking up steadily. Envy might just be walking into a trap, though. Peek at your own peril in a position like this. Look at the bodies have arrived. The reinforcements here to try and put a stop to this one. Still the rifles again might prevail. The flash over the head, this is ult expended. Anything to try and get this one over the line. Virgin pass even being used. Kesnit. Drags back. Luke Shaw, AD, just trying to tap away with that headhunter in hand, but he can't really get much more done. Envy circumvent most of the danger there.
All right, we're doing decent.
Yeah, this time they go into the stack again on an anti-eco, but I think this one's more understandable because they're boxed in. And the way in which they deal with it, eggster commits, the rest of the team backs up. But actually, eggster ends up being quite nice bait there. The rest of the players force the swings out of Loud and get the punish.
Demon 1 with the movement, Penchito.
Couple of ults online now for a Demon 1 on Poppin. Do they have a game plan around this?
Missile deployed.
From there.
It's
Chamber.
Yeah, okay,
You wanna hit on him?
Yes.
Yeah, let's hit him with the drone. Let's hit him with the drone.
I'm droning. Nothing.
Okay, he's off me.
Guys, can you pull back? Can you pull back? Can we swing on him?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, point back.
88 on KO, they know it's fake, guys. 2 were behind though.
I'm doing pit.
3 here max.
Forward.
Fight art.
I'm with you guys.
Fight art, come.
Can you guys triple art?
Never cancel.
I'm playing default.
Guys, they have Astral Wall. I'm playing out.
I'm staying dugout. I have secrets.
Hold my
I'm
art.
playing him in. No, I'm playing him in. I have to get out.
One secret. One art.
Yo, I'm playing out as well.
They have Astral Wall. We're gonna refight in when they get Astral Wall, okay?
Watch my secrets.
I have
Health. 88 on KO, guys.
I have no smokes.
Okay, I'm facing Flower right now.
Okay.
Max, can we hold these for them? Can we hold this? We have a trip there. We don't need to hold it. We just hold
Yeah.
88.
One art.
Don't be exposed.
Can you smoke?
Can you Astral like this?
3 seconds. All
You are divided.
We're good.
Flowers. I mean, 2.
I'm fine. I have the TP out.
3.
Time.
I'm good.
Well divided.
I'm really good.
Run through.
Sorry, guys. Default.
Right side.
Good sick.
Last
It's
player
taken.
standing.
Nice try, guys.
It was a really nice try, guys. They saved the up. Guys, it's okay.
Rossi really vocal in those situations. Incredibly vocal. Setting up, where he wanted the Astral Wall to come down from Demon 1, allowing Kesnet a little pocket to play around. But at the end of the day, even though they were aware that there was going to be a Cosmic Divide retake coming through, they didn't actually have the bodies in front of it to be able to fight. Despite the fact that they were coming, we have to push forwards when their Astral Wall comes in. In the end, Verti just caught them pushing into those spots. Enormous mistake from Poppin as well, trying to fight with an OT down B long, while his team had commed that they wanted to take the fight in A main. And you could see that he was frustrated with himself, kept coming. Guys, I did some damage to the KO.
Yeah, it was little interjections. Just a reminder of the impact in the round.
Yeah, I've been there.
I've definitely been there.
No, he's won, guys.
He's won. Still, for Envy, it was feeling a little bit chaotic at times in the communication. Is she ready for this? Shot going wide there for Luke's show. Not done yet, though. He's pressing even further forwards.
Launching missile.
A drone for Rossi to see if he can clear off that angle. It's just a salvo, but
this
Luke's
is
show's not budging.
This is an interesting one from eggster, isn't it? Trying to create this forward line of information with the attacking trip, because it's a throwable.
Yeah.
It's quite nice. In theory, you've got information if they go walkabouts in mid, though you don't cover double door. 3 players here, though. And a rotate of Barty.
Yeah, I think they heard a footstep.
This is going to be a tough exec.
It's going to be quite difficult indeed. They do have Poppin's ult to potentially facilitate. Salvo's down, drone on top of it. A double dash there from Kesnet, who's looking to lead it all the way in, and he's getting some value at Kawazine. And Darker straight back at him. My God, Darker! Not outdone at all. This is a map where he is lighting them up.
26 and 12. Darker looks amazing individually. Loud's macro, though, getting that stack into the right place at the right time, completely reading what Envy were going for. And they had that double hold in art as well, so they knew that there wasn't a lurk in that area. Darker's mechanics look great today.
So good. It is so good.
He was at the top of the scoreboard map 1 as well. His stats for the series overall are going to be outrageous.
Yeah. Frying right now. It's pushing MB into difficult territory. They used to be in the ones to take control of a game.
It's a bit better this time, actually, from Envy. They managed to dodge the majority of that KO knife impact. Only 2 players seen, but it was a duelist, so still going to inform the rotate.
There it is. Rolling carpet's going to be laid out towards our backward position. This is really dangerous, Darker. And there's a saturate great combo. Good util indeed. Envy finding a way forwards despite a bit of a shoddy buy. They've got the ults to at least bail themselves out here. Let's press Loud into a 3v4.
Loud just holding on with the null command.
Cutting. Waiting it out, Baddy. Eventually it's going to be dissipating. Salvo, second wave of things, a pocket to play in. Baddy's just trying to avoid this one, jumping up, and really the damage there. Kawazine trying to stand his ground. Baddy trying to slip the net, hoping that he was unaccounted for. But Rossi had his watchful eye onto it.
With a Guardian as well. Tough weaponry for Envy to win an incredibly important round, but it saves them. Their economy is still not in a great spot. Both teams are looking poor right now. Loud, though, in a better position.
Wow, Rossi, oh my god, maybe?
Look at the buy that both teams are working with here. Rossi's going to keep the Guardian. On the other side of things, a hero rifle and Luke Shaw with an ultimate. So, you know, it's not that far off.
It's a little bit all over the place here. Samba tucked to the corner now. You can see that overdrive popped off. Gearing up for the fight. This is Loud opting into it. It'll be punished as a result, but risks need to be taken when the money is tight.
If there hadn't been a full 5 players there from Envy, maybe Loud would have found more success.
Yeah.
Why?
Only avoiding most of this one. That's an alt use from Kesnit. He's caught 2 of his teammates.
He's caught 5 people with that ult.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't catch anyone alive.
He's pushed them back out though. Flash supportive util, but Kamazine doesn't quite have the gun for it. Gearing up. No stone unturned, and Buddy's just trying to be nicer with the movement. Not enough to survive that though.
Envy making a serious game out of this one.
Yeah.
Was a half buy round from Loud, but one where they committed 2 of those economic ultimates, Neon and the Chamber. Giving Envy a little bit of a challenge, but Envy draw it back to within 1. This next round coming up could be for the series.
Really could. It could all end here.
Loud are going to be able to scrap together at least 1 more buy, I think. If this one goes disastrously, they're on a big loss bonus. And they've still got some in the bank.
A sigh of relief. Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. Adjustment of the chair.
Showing off.
Yeah.
Playing to the camera.
Within touching distance though here, Envy. They are clawing it back. Guns finally back in the hands of these Loud players. They can be happy with that, but...
A-main feint from both teams. Both teams trying to make it feel like they're playing for A-main, but actually neither occupying that space.
Both drones being used at the same time here. Clearing a bit of a path into B if a player wants to take it. Trademark, I believe, spotted. Salmo into the corner. This is rapid going now. No obfuscating it. Envy are fully intending on trying to hit over towards this B side, and it's putting pressure onto Batty and Luke Shaw to util. It's good though. Flashes. Push them back for now, and time is of the essence. Kesnit does not have a refract. There's a trade. Luke Shaw is there. He's the thorn in their sides at this point. Stuck towards the back of Halls. He needs to be cleaned up, but he is just a problem player. Dominating right now. This is his domain. Step into his sight if you dare. Never outdone. This guy is shining entirely, bringing Loud to that 12th round.
Loud are getting so many big moments out of these two. Darker and Luke Shaw have shown up time and time again. Batty was just trying to ignore Kesnit and hope that he could get the second player in. Look at this lineup. Wow.
That's unlucky.
And Luke Shaw's so clean with it too.
I think he plays in the Forbidden Resolution.
In terms of the scoreboard, Cowanseed's also putting up a much better performance now in map 2 compared to map 1. And Loud stand on the precipice of pushing us to Breeze.
They'd love that given the circumstances again. Playing with the assistant coach. Multitude of issues facing them. They are just trying to scrap together a win any way possible against an Envy squad. Also weakened given the circumstances, but to go to map 3, that would be excellent.
Batty's knife there catches onto, I think, 4 players from Envy. But Loud don't push. They keep the exact same defensive setup.
Another peek, Luke Shaw. He's got a hot hand. Willing to use it now. He's going to be way out the open popping, hoping he can take a timing. The Sober is the first one in right now, and he's going to be making the most of it. With movement like this still, accounting for these players. Luke Shaw! Snap back and adjust.
Timing.
Puts them straight back to that spectator seat. And for Loud, the precipice here to move all the way to Breeze. A third map for them. On the cards, Luke Shaw ready for it. Demon 1 dropped and traded. Kesnit in a 1v1 to try and get that extension in this map. 11 health towards him. Verdi fully healthy.
30 seconds left.
Spike is unaccounted for. Time is running out.
You're crazy.
He knows exactly where Verdi is, but he's not sure whether he's on the right side or the left.
Might be peeking too much though, because Verdi has got his eye! What? Kes is up in the air, man! What's just happened there?
Killed him so hard he broke everything.
What the hell? I've never seen that before.
Interesting.
Did he
That's interesting.
Never seen
Time
that.
froze for a sec.
What? Is that a new ability?
Yeah. I mean, the tension was palpable.
That's crazy.
I mean, my God.
What moment for it to freeze? I can't. I mean. Okay, we get to see it probably on the replay.
I assume that was the case because Kesnet stood up and celebrated.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, that's an insane round from Kesnet.
You gotta know.
We were right there with you.
There's ghosts in the machine today.
Final round of regulation, though.
They bring
Loud
it
with
to
another
OT,
opportunity to push it to Breeze.
Goody off. Oh, I should say the Outlaw. Making good usage of it.
And again, Envy find themselves on the back foot.
Cleaving down. This Envy squad that have fought so hard to try and drag it to that OT.
Luxio heard them in mid.
Luxio's behind him now, waiting here.
Oh, that's a freebie.
Use that's surely a freebie. Yeah, no one watching the back.
Spike down.
Spike dropped on top of it. Luxio. Free range right now. He's roaming around.
3.
In their spawn. He's looking for a bit more. Rossi's not going to be aware of that at all. Running rampant, and that surely should do it. Had miracle round after miracle round on either side of these squads, but Loud, they are dead set on heading to Breeze.
And they have earned it. The grit that they've shown here, and Luxio really is running rings around them. He's got another freebie to close it too.
13-11, hard thought match, and we're going to see this one go the distance all the way to Breeze. Loud can be proud of
standing up, which just happened.
The Sentinels brought it out. We had seen Fnatic play it, but Crashies was talking about
going off about it, wasn't he?
Yeah, about how he wasn't a big fan. But it does, this composition where they're playing the ISO with the Harbor is going to give them a lot of power with the attack side ultimates, I think. You can really start something snowballing. Well, I'm looking at the other side of things. And at first glance, I was thinking, well, Loud are keeping it kind of simple here, you know? Verti on Jet, Bati gets to play the KO. And then I take a look at the smokes. No Viper. They're playing Astra Harbor here.
That's really strange.
Yeah, so you have... Normally, you would have the Viper wall, which you could use as a little bit of a fake pressure somewhere around the map. And it's really good on the defense side, the Viper. The Snakebite is phenomenal. So I think on defense in particular, Loud's composition is going to have to be heavily relying on the op in Verti's hands or just shots being hit by Darker and Luxio. But they start on the attack.
Let's get to it.
Proactivity from Envy instantly.
Yeah, immediate push. Straight past that cove. It's going to be sailing down. A couple of shots still raining down. And Kesnet, that damage earlier, he wasn't eager to get into the engagement there, but eggster just walks into it anyway.
Right here.
Kind of a wild play there from eggster.
Yeah.
I think he was looking to try to support Kesnet with the fight that he was taking into spawn and didn't realize players had already pathed towards that window. Static for now, though, Envy, hoping that Loud walk into them and make a big mistake. But they're headed back to Rossi.
Making moves towards A.
Rossi's got a retake wall on A here, really.
Blocking fire.
Backing all the way up.
Yeah, conceding a lot of space. He is alone. Doesn't know if they've
they know it's
compromised towards mid. Any other section. But now with a steep push from MV, they're starting to get a bit of an inclination of what's happening. High Tide rips its way across, knife against the back of that pyramid. Alongside the dart. So what are you two being used to make sure that this is clear? But MV are home, and they are rapidly approaching the flank, popping straight behind them, but accounted for in the end. This is Darker just putting him into the grave. Calling for a pause. You have 25 seconds left roughly to work, but Loud, as that curtain drops, they're willing to take and opt into the fight. But this is dangerous, precarious stuff. Damage done across the board. Lots of players weak. It could come down to a game of timings.
They have to go for a safe plant
12
here.
seconds. Rossi's circling around them right now. Demon 1 on 15 HP. With Breeze will bring down these players, but adjustments there, tapping away. Loud are trying to bail their way out. These players are so damn low. Incredibly winnable right now for Rossi. 15 HP, 19 HP. Darker and Batty have got to do it all now, and they are holding their composure, but Rossi, Rossi, just a little bit better.
A 4K in the round to save Envy. All of that chip damage that they've done throughout the round accumulated into a winnable position for him. If the health advantage hadn't been there, that one almost would have been impossible, I think. But he comes out with the Red Bull clutch. Nodding his head, happy with the way that he played that too. The pressure completely froze Darker and Barthi. They were trying to set up a high low.
tossing out my
Yo,
four.
Sheriff.
Looking to go into the next round with some decent weaponry. You know, a lot of respect here, not wanting to throw away the round.
It's an outlaw in his hands, forced up.
Outlaw full armor as well, so that you could potentially take a fight against another player with an outlaw. Or a player with a guardian too that would normally two-tap you.
All-in investment, Loud clearly. Trying to buy into Verdi opping, outlawing, whatever it is with the scope weapon, especially with him on the jet. Hold on, that's revealed the surprise. Because they have full HP, but he doesn't take any damage in the process. Wasn't a risk of going down.
It's really good information to feed to Poppin and Eggster, who are the two players with light armor, just to tell them, you do not want to be looking for fights here. Eggster's actually jiggle peeking towards A main, which he's got to be careful about.
There's no deep positioning up in A main. He's the one jiggling for that information currently.
That smoke, though, is quite nice and a perfect timing, because now Loud are going to be worried that somebody's actually posted on a much deeper position against them. Harder for Verti to get in front of this and look for picks.
Yeah,
and time is running out here.
There's 40 seconds left into the round. You can play the clock as much as you want, trying to sell the fake with just Baddy. Sends out a knife, picks up the orb.
Oh, he's just going to kill him.
30
Trying to put his body on the line to get something done here. These players are still occupied ever so slightly. Baddy will go down. Verdi, though, with that outlaw, he does get the job done. That was Eggster, that half HP target, does go down. Kesnit trying to weave in and out, but these players have already slipped the net. But Luke Show, accounted for, at least calls out. This is going to be coming into the rest of the team, but Loud swarming now. Full access towards the back of this site, ingrained in their positions. This is going to be difficult to root out. Plays up though, inside that smoke, a lot of damage done. Rossi softened up for Darker to be able to trade. Demon 1, seen miracles from this guy, Guardian in hand, but that is too much to account for. Swiftly dealt with in a thrifty round, right back at it.
I think we're going to
The outlaw purchase works wonders there for Loud, doesn't it? But I can't understand why Envy have the two players with light armor the first to take contact. Eggster is the one jiggling over towards A. He gets punished. Poppin goes for a jump swing. He gets punished. Everyone else would have been able to tank those shots. Whoa.
Dude.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it, man.
Bro, you can't say how they're going to fire
it out.
Yeah, but the next word he said was how, and I think that's the point. That's the key. Loud do it again. They win another one of these follow-ups after the pistol goes the other way.
Smokes on smokes. MV just looking to vacuum up the orbs on a round like this when they don't have the guns to work with.
Rossi's pretty close, actually, isn't he, after that 4K that he got?
Yeah, pretty close.
Has to slide out the way as both of those smokes dissipated in a moment.
Yeah. Really patient play here from Loud as well.
Yeah, the patience does work in your favor when you have an outlaw on the attack side and it's, you know, everything for you. What I'm worried about is if they're too patient here in a 5v4.
And they walk into the stack.
And then they walk into the stack late round. At the end of the day, it is a complete gamble, right? There is a 50-50 here. If you flip and it lands on B, you're in trouble. And they are magnetically attracted to the wrong direction.
Like, why is he playing that aggressive?
I mean, this is going to be troubling.
There is still time for them to bail, but only just, and it's ticking down.
Drone looking for an opportunity to see if they can spot one of these players. Knife is going to be going down onto the floor, potentially a tag onto them, but Snakebite not doing much to really push back Baddies all the way in. Shield's gone down and out. That is target-rich environment-wise, and listen, Loud made the most of it. It could have been really dangerous.
It could have been, but there wasn't much follow-up on the Snakebite there, and Verti is finding some good success early on. 5-1, rocketing towards the top of the scoreboard with Darker.
But these MIBR
a struggle of a map. And I think he'll be really happy that his team helped him through it on Pearl. And now, on Jet, might be his time to shine. Envy get rifles back in their hands, and the ults are nearly there. Demon 1 is probably going to have this Isobel online at some point during the round.
Yeah, that's not bad.
For a B pop early. They know that Rossi's been here with a Snakebite.
Please.
Dance there.
Nice.
Rossi, though, still willing to see if he can hold it down. Eventually dealt with, though. Kamazine straight up onto it. Lucia's going to be able to hear this one. They're surely scurrying and scuttling into the sand. Lucia just trying to really gear up and take these fights. Got the rest of the team now to help him out. takes down a shield, but no one else willing to try and offer themselves up with Lucho going down now. That is the ult expended.
Probably game one.
Trying to drag somebody out into the gulag. Demon 1, he should be good for it. Aim is sharp, on point today.
He actually makes ISO useful.
Left in that 1v3. Stun is even better, and they're just toying with him at that point. Clinical stun.
That's crazy, bro.
Beautiful Danby-esque movement there from Kesnet. But it gets the job done, it really does. That's where you see the value of the ISO ultimate, right? One pick, generates it for Demon 1. He gets the shield back based on this kill that he lands here. So the shield helps him kill Lucio, then he gets the shield back, able to pop the ultimate, and they win the round off the back of that, basically.
Nice. So good.
Bro,
This is the half as well that Envy, I think, should struggle with a little bit more. It's hard to play this composition on defense. When the sides swap, I think Envy will have a much better time.
Probably.
So it's really important if you flip that around that Loud finds some big value. Their attack side opping.
Yeah.
I want to say again, but it was an outlaw previously. Plays
I think
pretty
you just got to
similarly.
get like 5 for it to be decent.
Quick look towards doors in mid.
6 looks good.
Viper's Pit. That's going to be problematic. But still, good first kill. Kesnet being dropped too.
Why they have to
He's
check
on it with the
that
scoped weapon.
is
Yeah, he is.
disgusting.
He's been hitting these nice shots with
I
the
don't think
outlaw and the
Valorant has a
op so
single good
far.
op skin.
It's a B retake wall. And they're just trusting that Rossi can hold the whole of A.
I mean, it is back completely exposed here towards mid. They're going to
What
throw down a
about
bit of
it
smoke,
is
but luckily
they just
nobody
add too
willing
much
to exploit
to it,
over
like,
towards
take
A.
things off.
They're also not playing retake B.
Stacking a couple of bodies now. Players are waiting, hiding away because they know the operator's in play, but this could be dangerous. Nevertheless, the dash fades here. Not making the most of it. The barrel potentially going to be sticking out here, so eggster. Yeah, now he definitely knows. He's going to be looking to try and hold this one down now. Walls flying. 4-1, Luke Show! That is just disrespectful. Darkler luckily there to try and help out. These players are trying to really put it, stamp out this opposition that they are seeing right now. Team 1 being overloaded though. Buddy with the Blade Storm eventually cleaning him up. Spike picked up, Rossi is quick up onto the flank here. Window not watched for, that is a quick kill. Eddie up, and Rossi's looking for a few more. 1v2.
You have like 13 seconds.
Individuality, that could be what shines here, but Darker makes sure to clean it all up, ensure that nothing goes awry.
It's a messy, messy round, but Loud coming out on top in some of these.
Pitch green.
Crucial one as well for them to be able to win. This was a round where Envy's economy dies if you take it. Lots of ultimates expended here from Loud as well. They understood how important that was. Darker just swings at the end.
Yeah.
Averti was at 22 HP.
Yeah, wasn't probably able to trade that.
No, no. Kesnet now with a hero rifle. And still with enough money to buy an op in the next.
I would give the rifle
Same game plan from Loud. Take this operator up through mid.
Shields get ult.
It makes you very worried about jiggle peeking even any of these spots. And then how do you get information about where Loud are contacting?
Yeah.
Just gas.
Very clear game plan of how Loud want to put pressure on Envy here. Make him scared to peek.
Smoke's fading. And Envy are definitely scared to peek here. They don't want to show the hand. 4-player stack over towards A. Drone clears a path. Team 1 just trying to break this one to the best of his abilities. Eventually he does, but showing signs of life. The Loud still want to go into this. They only saw the one. Kesnet gearing up for it.
They're going.
Wide out to the open, but that stun just doesn't connect in time. It's Verdi with a quick snap back, sends Kesnet packing. We'll see if the rifle can be reclaimed. Right now, it's just a guessing game, but these players are just kind of walking straight into it. Team 1, Sheriff in hand, shielded up. Oh my God, another ult! No way! This one rip, but the players gone, anticipated. The ult goes wide, but the round might be theirs nevertheless. Anyway, Luke Show is none the wiser to the positioning, and thrifty win as they just walk straight into the trap that was waiting.
Doesn't matter.
That still felt, even as I was watching the kills flood the kill feed for Envy, like Loud were going to be able to equalize at some point. Surely they get the trade on Demon 1. Surely popping isolated in their main. They can clean up.
Level of confidence from Demon 1 off the charts.
It's a 3v5.
Yeah. Hits these 2 shots, and he's like, I've got the ult, I've got a Sheriff, I'm taking it.
And Darker just walks out there with no thought to the fact that there could be a second player.
I think potentially just too occupied of avoiding the kill contract, but...
Yeah. Oh, that's a big one to lose. That's tough for Loud. They've got ultimates themselves to play around, though.
Yeah.
And Lauda back to the contacting. This time without the operator, though. I think anytime there isn't an op in play, Envy are going to be a bit happier to contest.
Drone, it's going to need to be dealt with. Can't really hide from it the whole time, but Poppin is going to be taking it down mid. Doesn't see too much.
And he was just holding the W key there and almost walked into the open.
Real dangerous stuff. Kesnet, believe, picking up the operator. It's been purchased in prior rounds by the opponents.
Heading back to go for an A exec.
Yeah.
I'd imagine we're looking at a Luke Show or Darker Ultimate to help this one path in.
There's a lot of pressure on eggster here. He's got to try and shove this one back because Kesnet will be caught. He's in a bit of a corner. A ton of util revealed, blinded up. It's perfect stuff in terms of that supportive element, and now Kesnet's got a lot to do from a spot like this. Ults are being used. Hunter's Fury to see if they can bail him out, but he's revealed the entire time. And it's easy pickings. Loud, they run all over this site now, and they're going to be full ownership of it. Spike down, plant. An extension into the round, and bodies are just toppling at this point. Back and forth we go between these two teams.
Bertie says thank you very much. Gets an operator in his hand as well.
Back again.
Yeah. I did say earlier that Envy, I think, are going to struggle a bit more on this defense side.
on fucking A site.
You can see Eggster's positioning.
You have the dude who can't hold a site for his life, and he sees
it's a little bit easier, I think, to get value out of their ultimates on the attack as well when they start snowballing potentially with Demon 1 and Eggster. But Lauda doing a decent job of bouncing back after a very tough anti-eco failure there.
Yeah.
Did feel a bit too easy for them to be able to overwhelm with the Sova utility. Kawanzin's Sova util just decimated the A-hole.
It's all Eggster, right? I mean, if any util comes his way, Kesnet can't break any of it. He's stuck in backside, and double doors needs to be held.
And then when Eggster goes down, nobody can break the utility for Kesnet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a flimsy defensive setup, but still making it competitive. You can see the pressure mounting on these players' faces.
Eggster was already struggling, I think, a little bit with pressure in kickoff.
Oh, of course.
Wasn't able to show his best. Like, Eggster definitely can play better than we saw from him this year, even against Tier 1 teams. Like, he definitely can. And now he's in... And now he's in an even more difficult situation because they've killed his baby. Yoru's dead.
It's tough.
If you
Really
can't make
tough spot that he's been pressed into, but it's taking one for the team by...
If you can't make an international with like the most OP champ that you want,
this is a play off Eggster's ultimate maybe in mid. They're looking to take contact. Eggster's holding some util in his hand.
Yeah, cooking something up. Just Team 1 off of his contact. There is that deep push from Loud. They've been contesting mid pretty much every time that they've got the operator. At some point though, Verdi got rid of it. Not too sure when.
Yeah, a change of the game plan, because I thought they were going to want to do that basically whenever they had the funds to be able to afford it. Heading back now into Kesnet. How good's Kawanzin's util this time? It was a big problem for Envy in the previous round.
Yeah, definitely. Recall smoke. See if you can take up residency. Stack of Envy bodies. They've gambled incorrectly. Kesnet. Drone up. High Tide now going to be ripping his way through. It's a Trey shot in the dark. Make it a second one, but he's not going to be getting too much done with that. Has to give up access to this site, the High Tide to try and funnel the way in. They're trying to take this one fast now. Near sighted up. As that wall comes through, Bounty just slams the door in their faces. But Rossi, he's trying to really fight his way back. Tooth and nail. One player though. Against the Might Allowed.
Going for a super fast flood approach there, Envy was. Trying to utilize Eggster's ultimate. But Loud had already created these little caverns to play inside with the smokes. And you can see here from the replay, Hardy just not affected at all by the ult. Didn't get hit by the near sight, but to be honest with you, Brent, even if they had been hit by the near sight, they were already so close that I think Loud were going to be in control of that. The positioning was much more aggressive than Envy were expecting. And they're taking attack timeout.
It's the first one for Envy in this map so far, and just down 2 rounds. We've been trading, going bar for bar, essentially, up until this point here, where they're feeling like they're losing grip of the half.
If you erased the first half of Lotus from your mind, I think you'd very clearly say that Loud have been the better team so far.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I mean, if my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bike. But, but what I mean is, a lot of these halves, Loud have either been slightly ahead or actually had some good ideas that Envy haven't had responses to.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is continuing. They're getting themselves into decent spots where Envy are really struggling to find the correct solution.
Yeah, Loud are one step ahead. I mean, you can already see Envy last round, they were trying to account for the attack side off. Slow contact plays in mid. They had a stack of it, a trap play set up, but...
Verti's already got rid of it.
Exactly. They're going into a different avenue entirely, so one step ahead.
It's a nice sign for Loud, who were struggling so much in terms of their ideas at kickoff. That aspect of their game has definitely looked like it's improving.
Absolutely. That's why they made the changes around.
Boom comes out B.
Loud team is desperate for their first win since July of last year.
With an Astra smoke.
Eggster doesn't have much to work with here. Can't be expecting too much from him in a spot like this.
It's really difficult to play Harbor as an anchor in this spot.
There we go, Neon ult.
Finding it difficult though, but
That's
still
our only
Hightide
chance.
will rip its way through regardless. And Util's going to be sent out.
Holding it, recon dart.
Besides the fact Verdi, he's got that shorty. Doesn't want to really cross that boundary. Will be slowed, but now Star layered down. Just spam into the dark, and they are just finding the marks, aren't they? Look at that. Clean sweep.
And that's best case scenario for Eggster. He manages to, you know, get the wall timing off. The wall gives him a little pocket to play around and makes it a bit difficult for them to come out into sight. And even so, even if he had a rifle in that situation, I think he'd be hard pressed because you could target Util onto his position so effectively. And if they go any faster than that, Eggster's just going to have Util in his hands. It's tough to play Harbor on defense side, which, as a reminder, is why Loud, I think, are going to struggle more when the halves flip. But Envy need another one at least, I think, in order to make this one competitive.
String something together. Different direction to take the operator in now and again. Another switch up. That is a big dart reveal. Leaf getting information from two of these players.
It feels so different to map one. Loud are just allowed a ton of space on attack.
Demon One's way out of the open. No shield popped off at all. Isolated. Again, that strength.
Spike down mid.
Trying to really play into his own hand with the aim, and this is Popper just taking liberties again. This is a rapid approach to try and backstab. That's a spike drop down. Hightide, see if you can retrieve it. Dart for a dart, spam into it, but Kawazine just follows the traces, follows the bullets. He's rewarded with a kill like that. Eggster with a deep push, slapped down to earth once more. 7 rounds now for Loud, entirely in control.
I think the conditioning early on of making them afraid of this attack side off has just worked wonders. Envy cannot find the right timings to fight them. And that is what Envy's all about. On the defense side, Envy wants to fight you. But here, they're so scared of walking into Loud holding angles at the start of the round. They don't know what to do against a slow team that contacts against them. It's a very, very nice stylistic adjustment from Loud that's paying dividends here. Because think about Lotus, the way that Envy were running at them constantly. Kesnet doing anything he wanted on Neon. This could not be more different.
Pure disrespect and opting into the fight, this time not working out. And again, guns aren't there. Envy though waiting behind, and who's going to be watching this one? Util is held, shield pop, no, that gives the indicator. The spray down, Banty! Why not? Pump up the numbers, couple of eco kills. Really applying that psychological damage. 8 rounds now for Loud, a team. All smiles.
Yeah, I think that's another thing to be said about Loud. Even when things were going badly early on in this match, they did still have that positive mentality. They were still laughing about some of the mistakes that were being made. And now, you can just see the difference in terms of their reactions to that round.
Exactly.
Envy are struggling to come up with any kind of adjustment that's going to work for them.
Last round of this half. Gotta put it all on now, and it looks like they're gearing up for a bit of a scrap in towards mid again. Body blocking a bit of this Util here. The smokes on smokes. Hightide rips his way. Null command on top of it, but this elbow angle needs to be accounted for. This is Envy putting the squeeze, the pinch. Pure individuality. They're trying to take this fight together. It's left it into the hands of Kawazine. Not for much longer. A rapid end to this final round of this half. And Envy managed to scrap together the 4.
Yeah, in the 11th hour, Envy find that round that I think is going to make a crucial difference. If If they can win a pistol, if they can get an ult snowball starting to go with the ISO, with the Harbor on, this could still be a winnable game for them, but Loud are certainly in the driver's seat.
Nice. Eggster!
First time. I don't think they come back. Anything can happen though.
Home. Envy.
Ult snowball, you get it going, you grab people, you win rounds on the inside. The other thing is that you can pop shield and swing into the verti op, and you can neutralize the op in that kind of way. So these two key things have got to justify the pick, otherwise the composition falls to pieces. And you need a pistol round to even get yourself into that position where the ults start to cycle.
Walking and contacting from both teams. It's mid taken up residency-wise, but Verdi's making a lot of noise here because just from the sound of that drone, none the wiser. Envy were ready to just jump and pounce on the opportunity here, but High Tide rips his way across, and they're not ready to contest. Darker, he just shuts them down at the door! Whole squad turning up here for this one, a pistol round in the back pocket allowed. They are more than happy, they are ecstatic.
We are going to
the macro idea works perfectly for Envy, but the individuals are simply better today. Darker, Luke Show, Darker especially in this spot, man. He's just tucked close towards main, hitting every shot he needs to. Poppin swings out into him, immediate ding, finishes him off. He makes it look simple today.
Yeah.
And Envy just walking in to a spot where they have to clear multiple angles, thinking that they've got it for free.
It's dire for Envy in a position like this.
I think these are the rounds where I'd like Envy to be playing for ult orbs, and they're not. They're just barreling up mid.
Running straight up mid, throwing anything at the wall and seeing what sticks! But the bodies are toppling regardless. Darker has been on point, on fire. This entire series, all today. He's not stopping now.
No, he just looks immaculate. He's been their best player, outshining even the normal star of Luke Show. Demon One gets a kill, gets a death. But like I said, I'd like them to be playing to their win cons here, which even when you lose pistol, I think is using the eco round here to follow the orbs on the ISO and just look for that to be your win condition as you cycle forwards. But maybe they'll do it in this round. They do have a weapon advantage. Look at it, 5 rifles for Envy, 6 rounds down.
Watch EMA games.
They need this, and they need it to be fairly clean.
They'll pull it back now.
Loud have a chance to just win the series right here.
A bonus conversion would be unbelievable for them. Luckily for Envy, full armor across the board. Outlaw is going to be less of a threat, but Verdi on a comfort roll, prime position, really being enabled with the scoped weapons, and there's a chance. That's Kesnet dropped down 10 HP. He's immediately going to be getting the hell out and potentially playing in the bait and switch. They're not ready for Demon One.
Nice patience from Demon One there. Expecting somebody to be filling that space behind. Loud are really just going walkabouts in mid, man.
Yeah. At this point, 2 players down are willing to take risks.
Yeah, it's definitely a round where you can go for those kind of risks. Don't play. If at some point Envy walk into B, Barty's there with a judge. Should be clean though from here for Envy. We've seen a lot of thrifties, a lot of the light of eyes getting value.
Luke Shaw.
Off screen, deletion.
Hold on, he's stepping up into the smoke. He's just, I think, betrayed by the barrel. Judge potentially popping out. Darker. How much more can you do just with this weapon? One sheriff shot could have done it. Kessin towards the back. He's dealt with. Luke Shaw still here, and this guy is dangerous. Upgrade acquired. No way! Luke Shaw absolutely diffs them. For the Red Bull clutch to put Loud to 11.
He is a menace, man. A 1v3 in that spot. With a picked up weapon, completely catches Kesnet by surprise, swinging through the harbor wall.
Unbelievable.
Such a mess from Envy.
The underdogs are just running with it right now.
I won't cover it.
Romanilli is popping off.
Can't believe it. We're getting into it. 5 caught with a knife. Envy scrambling for options right now, and that space is immediately taken up.
They've got Luxo. They have to catch Luxo on the flank here. This is the win condition. They're not even looking at it.
Well, he knows all grouped up for the B pop, but they were just stunted by the knife immediately. And Luxo, yeah, he's running away with it now.
I can't believe they're not thinking about that. That's one of the main protocols the defenders would have.
Loud squad on the verge. And Envy, quick run up mid. The pivot option is called for back into B. Spraying down, bullets just barely missing. Whistling past Kesnet.
It's the biggest player who fell for Envy too. Player that would have been able to generate them picks by utilizing his ult. And Darker and Luxo are just so good here in the retake. They got a Cosmic Divide, they got Cove.
What's being used? Fight's taken out wide, and the players aren't ready for the trade. This could give an in to Envy. Needs to be clean from here on out. And Envy winning this one out. That individuality again shining. It's what they lean on, it's what they rely on. Dissipating though with the Cove, but again, instantly there. Up on top of the wall. Gonna account for many positions here. Poppin just vacates. Plays his lifetime's ticking, and they know that they can play to this one as an out. Rossi does not need to peek here, but the tap to try and pull them out into the open. Shots fired, snake bite there, and it's unwinnable for Loud themselves. Envy desperately get the round that they needed.
A mixture of brute aggression, Kesnet deciding to throw his body in there, determined to win the round, and then in the 2v1, Envy actually playing with quite a lot of discipline, which you have to, because these guys are on fire for Loud. Darker and Luxo, there's not a round they've seen that they feel like they can't win. It might have been a silver lining there that Demon 1 actually went down early because he still has the ISO ult. And if there was any chance for Envy to get back in, it's on the back of the ISO ult, winning a round that could knock Loud's economy again.
Leaning over towards A, this time waiting out where the knife could be. There's a tag onto Poppin.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, Poppin wanted to fake B early on with this Viper wall, but now he can't because the knife has not just stopped him from droning, but it's also given away he's the only one there, really.
Exactly. Loud not budging though. 3 players over towards this area.
Yeah, now they're overcooking it, Envy.
I thought Envy would lean over towards A, try and at least fish out where Verdi could be. With the scoped weapon, he's a prime target for the ISO ult.
But it also might be a blessing in disguise that Poppin's drone got cancelled because the drone into the ISO ult is your main combo.
Yeah. Wall's going to be ripped across here. Into the B site, that's going to be all primed, ready. Demon 1 has a shield, he's got to send it here, and now there it is, a bit of a refresher onto it. Into the 1v1 though. Critical fight to be won out, and he should be favored! He's lost it to the assistant coach! He's been diffed! Batty and Darker! They shut them out entirely! The 12th round is almost preordained. This is Loud! A team that has not won since July of last year. Thousands of miles away from home, and they are on the brink of taking a critical win.
This match matters so much. It is only week 1, but whichever team loses this is almost cooked already for playoffs. That's the level of competition that they have in the rest of the group. You've got to be able to get the win over the opponents that you're expected to, and this one is the more even match towards the bottom.
Get spoiled by Ema.
This is so critical, and Loud are stepping up when it matters.
GG.
They did not have an easy road of things here, but they have 7 chances to confirm this.
Unreal form.
Knife deployed.
The shield is heard. Batty saves the knife for that rainy day, and he's called forward him immediately.
His knives have been such high impact, and the 1v1 win inside the ISO ult is just a cherry on the cake.
Here we go. Reckoning rolls forwards here, but inside that high tide, Kazuya thing does not matter. Loud on top of the world right now. Demon 1 and Rossi, leave it to just Rossi. In a 1v4, he's got to do it all. 1 kill found. Could ISO the second? Rossi putting up resistance. For Darker and Batty, they've been on top of it. Spike.
They were the duo in the 2v4 that turned things around in this series on Pearl.
We'll see
they
what
just
they can
lost
do here.
Loud.
Safe positions tucked together. Rossi though.
G2.
Rotating around, this could be it, surely, backs towards him, Rossi just needs to catch a glimpse, and he's seen them all! 4 kills!
Doesn't matter.
It's a good job Loud have 7 chances because that one got thrown away.
Oh, well, I checked
should have been
the game, but we
an
knew
easy way to close things out.
If we checked
Rossi
in
got put in an impossible
NV1, I would have
1v4
been like,
and pulled a rabbit out of a hat. Could not have found a better way of being able to take down Darker and Body.
No reaction.
But they're alive.
They are alive as a result of Rossi still in it.
Poppin's got no armor again.
Just forcing it again. You used the words brute force. It's the way that Envy are playing this one, and it certainly feels like it's straight up the gut through mid. Shields are popped early, and as wide swing straight through, trying to gear up and take these fights. Individuality again reigns supreme. Sidestepping, no Kawazine will be spammed down in the end.
honestly, I would just get rid of eggster.
Look, should be freebie, and there it is.
Great.
Eventually gets control of it. Luke Shaw now left.
I would get rid of eggster.
1v4. Spike not down, a bit of min-maxing in order, but Luke Shaw's picked up Eggster in the meantime. If you take your time with this one, it could go wrong. Oh, missing the timing. Rossi potentially seeing him through the cove, though. It's all accounted for.
I like that Envy are going for the min-max in there, picking up the orb, giving Demon 1 the plant. Where was this earlier, though? Why is it taken until they got to 12-6 down for them to lock in? I don't want to put the evil into the air, but they do look like they've been fired up by that Rossi 1v4.
Yeah.
It would be the most loud thing in the world for it to fall away from them in this spot, but they still have 5 more chances. They're going to take a tactical timeout here. Romanilli calming the troops, giving them one nice round.
And they've been spelling defeat and disaster for Envy consistently. Guardian going walkabouts, taking a gander up through mid. There's coves on coves. That big reveal though from the dart. But he was not expecting that. So I'm down by 2 players. Luke Shaw might be able to take a timing from it, but tucked tight.
The risks are being taken at the right time for Loud.
Batty slide off angle. He's alone here in main. Comes down to that first shot. And VR grouping up steadily. Looking to take the fight towards him. The drone. It's going to be laid down. Wants to play the percentage play at that, but he's slowed to a crawl, stunned. Revealed to the recon. Full steam ahead is the call for Envy. Rapidly approaching onto the flank is Luke Shaw with that Guardian. He's right there behind them. Risks taken entirely. And they might be none the wiser anyway. Their backs are open to this one. Smoke dissipating. The time to strike is now! Everybody turning away, but top away. The Guardian just can't quite get it under control. For the rifles in play, Batty though still alive, eventually traded out, but stepping your mark way too far forwards. The Thrifties potentially not quite. Eventually shut down, and Rossi once more providing that resistance and keeping them in the game.
This next round could be everything. Both teams have massive ultimates here to be able to work with. As Loud, if you are concocting a way to close this match out, you have to be expecting them to lead with Demon 1's ult. So what do you do about that? How are you going to get yourself into a position where you can maybe bait it out but not get caught by it? Can you play retake with the Cosmic Divide, with the Harbor Wall? This is a test of Buddy's IGLing.
They're running it down, straight at the angles that Buddy likes to play, and they spotted him. Target acquired! Transfer though. It's good spray control. Luke Shaw puts a stop to Kesnet. Hunter's Fury surely spells defeat. The kills are acclaimed anyway. Piling up, flash rebounds, and Buddy is straight in there. 3v2, trying to go for it!
GG.
This is a mockery!
You lost an assistant
But the most made of it for Loud.
This is the most
And surely this is it. 6 bullets remaining. Man, it's not. It's the coach that puts them in their place. Thousands of miles away from home, but his Loud squad, the first win since July of last year, but they get it done.
From a most...
Oh shiz, hold up. When the fudge did I watch that? No! Bro, what are these fudging things I'm looking at right now? Oh, I watched this. Wait, I watched all of these. Did Ema not play yesterday? Type shiz, I don't have to watch it. Oh, 2 hours, Cloud9, Leviathan, Furia Energy. Wait, they are on a break. What day is it? Oh, next they play is April 15th. 1 p.m., 10 p.m. I can show you the matchups. Matchups are BBL Giant X, M8 versus Navi, kind of boring. EF Vitality, KC Heretics, pretty boring. Foot TL will be interesting. Pacific versus Fnatic, Fnatic easily win that. And then what? This is a good matchup. This is a good matchup. Oh, EMA has some ass teams, I just realized. 3 qualified to London. Anyway, that's it. Type shiz. I guess I'll be here 2 hours for Americas. That's it. See ya.